DMV. I'm not talking about Department of Motor Vehicles. I think is what DMV stands for. DC, Maryland, Virginia. We will be live in Washington, DC, March 23rd at the Howard Theater. We cannot wait to come back to one of our favorite cities. Well, one of our favorite districts.
Yeah.
If you will. So tickets are available now at newroriamall.com. Also, I have merch from my album. I thought it'd be different. Available at differentmerch.shop. Slides, socks, half zip fleece. They're moving fast. I know that's something people usually say, but they actually are. So get them while they're available. But yes, that's pretty much it. Should we do like one of those corny paid in full? Like, yo, DC's ready for us, Mitch.
You just did it.
Okay. I ruined the joke.
Yeah.
They ready.
March 23rd, Howard Theater. See you there.
No worry now.
I missed you guys. Hearts. Happy belated Valentine's Day.
Gay ass holiday.
Rory, why are you throwing up blood? Like,
this is blood?
No, bring your thumbs down. There you go. That's a heart.
They do it differently now, though.
Oh, yeah, like that.
How you do that? Which one?
Is that like an inclusive heart for everyone?
Do you do it on?
Yeah, it's
Middle
like this.
fingers and index finger.
It's so stupid. I hate that they do it like that.
I dead ass can't do it. I'm not. This makes me retarded.
No. No, put it together and make a heart.
Fam, how do you do it?
So like this.
Wait, Ralph, do it again.
We spend 12 days in LA and now look at all these hand signals we're trying to do.
Damn, I'm shit.
Anyways, great rolling start. We're back.
I got arthritic gang signs.
Blood.
Oh, come on. It's just all the gang signs. We're not that podcast. I don't know if we can get away with it.
Who is that podcast?
No Jumper. Am I wrong? Vlad? Those are the gang podcasts. Those are the guys that are really in the streets. Hey, everyone, we're back. Back in New York. We were hidden in the hills for a long time. Always hidden his hotel. I'm happy to see you're okay.
I'm good, man. I'm like 85%. I'm feeling much better, though.
I was getting a little worried.
LA tried to kill me. I don't know what was in the air, but some got me.
And I would really call you pussy if like that's how you went out in LA. Like not gang related.
I would call myself
some,
that. Yeah.
You know, robbery gone wrong. The flu.
I'm back though.
Are you?
Man? I'm back. Let's go. What's up, Julian? Because you asked me earlier, you said earlier, I want you to react to something I said or something that was said.
All right. So I know you didn't watch or listen to the episode that Rory and I did together.
I was watching God.
Good. But there was
you were watching like
his eyes were watching God.
Yeah. There was one thing Rory said in particular that I wish you were there for this moment. We were talking about the NAACP.
Okay.
And Rory thought the N in NAACP stood for something else.
No, he didn't.
I swear to God.
What'd you think it stood for, nigga?
No, not that.
Rel, yes, he did.
Thought it stood for Negroes?
At one point, didn't it?
No, never.
It never stood for that.
Which was the college fund one?
Fam.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
There was a college fund one.
Yeah.
That the N did not stand for the N word.
It's Negro?
Yeah.
Well, you can say Negro.
Say Negro.
Yeah, God. Nah, it's sensitive. See, you guys aren't going to get me.
What you mean? Negro?
I'm not saying that, no.
What? If you're talking about a company or an organization, you can say that. But no, the NAACP.
You thought the N stood for
the United College Fund. That's the one I was thinking.
UNICEF? You talking about UNICEF?
I was confusing that with NAACP.
No.
UNICEF is not, no.
Yeah.
That's what he's looking
College fund right here, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, close, yeah.
UNICEF. Yeah, I'm like, UNICEF has nothing to do with any of that.
Okay, well, I thought at the time in my head, NAACP, I confused the two with my whiteness. And yes, I thought the N, and it took me a second to realize that, the N stands for national.
That's the type of time he was on when you were gone. So he was taking chances.
But see, he was only comfortable saying that around you. Why? You got to ask yourself, why was he that comfortable? See, don't tell me what somebody said about me. Tell me why they was comfortable enough saying it to you.
Well, I wasn't calling you that word.
No, I know.
And I wasn't saying the word. I was alluding to it. And then it took me a second to realize they were like, you're scared to say the word national?
And then Rory did a modified version of the sign off where he was like, he took a beat and said, I'm not going to say it. So we'll just pretend Maul says it. He says, and I'm just ginger. So he mentally said it.
Okay.
No, I didn't. No, I just
Mentally.
Yeah.
No, I went just with the BPM. I just went off the beat.
said,
So
well,
I didn't have to say it in my head.
Okay. I got you.
Anyways, yes, we did a sick game. Maul last minute, was
I tried, man.
temperature of God knows what,
Oh my goodness, I tried.
and left a very tired Julian and I to try to knock out an episode and half a Patreon.
But you guys made it through. Thank you.
Yeah.
We did. We were doing a lot that week. I'm really excited for everyone to see what we were shooting over the course of the last however many days in Los Angeles.
We were in LA for a week, shot some cool stuff that we'll be giving to the people soon.
Since we were working so much, I didn't do much of anything. I don't really have any like cool LA stories to report back with.
Yeah.
at all.
This trip was 72 hours straight in the hotel room for me.
Yeah, I think for the most part, outside of one night, I think the whole crew kind of just chilled and didn't really do much.
Well, I cursed Julian out
I went
because
out 3 nights.
I stayed at
I heard about one.
I stayed at the Dream where fucking Sadiq was at in the highlight room. So Wednesday at the height of my fucking death, Julian lets me know Thursday when I saw him, like, oh man, last night, man, we were at highlight room. I said, oh, so while I was a few floors down
Yeah,
dying,
right below him.
I was
Yeah.
2 stepping.
I said you was fucking
You were keeping
stomping.
him up.
You was stomping above my fucking head at highlight room. You and Sean Dickerson. I said you didn't even come downstairs to check on me. Fuck you, Julian.
So I couldn't obviously go to highlight room because of prior family engagements, but I'm starting to think that might have just been my excuse. I think I'm pussy.
Why was that?
The last 7 times that I've been to highlight room, I've seen Chris Brown,
Okay.
and it's been a very good exchange.
Okay.
Anytime I go to highlight room, I'm assuming that I'll probably see Chris Brown. It's not in the back of my head because that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I get to see Breezy today,
Yeah.
but he's usually there.
Yeah.
Had I been free, I still think I may have skipped highlight room because I don't know if I'm ready to have that exchange in public.
But what exchange though?
I had it, not with Chris, with Sean.
Okay, but I'm talking about with Chris Brown in person with cameras around.
Uh-huh.
Because no matter what,
He's supposed to-
especially in that setting, I'm gonna backtrack a bit. I'll be like, yo, bro, we share the same birthday. Like, you should understand.
That's
You
like,
should
right?
understand
That's
like how
nasty,
my
right?
brain works, and like I wasn't trying to disrespect you.
Yeah.
No matter how that conversation goes, no matter what, Julian as he should and Sean as he should, as friends and coworkers, are gonna film it. And no matter what, I'm not gonna look good in the video.
Oh,
Right.
I would,
Even if I was trying to look tough, it still wouldn't have worked out
Yeah.
because I have the fear that he can do a backflip without a running start and my jaw would get hit in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So I would be on pins and needles the whole time. I would have saved myself the possible embarrassment and not went.
But why though? What do you think Chris gonna do when he see you?
I don't think, well, I mean, I don't know.
I know what he's gonna laugh.
He just said on Instagram story 2 days ago, he's Pyru. Like,
Mhm. So what does that
I'm
mean?
nervous.
I think that it'll be funny. Like I think that he would probably just laugh at you, which is what
I
everybody
forgot
did.
what they were even trying to say. They were like, yo, Chris is a Pisces. Like, nah, I'm Pyru. I don't want any static with someone that says that instead.
Why not though?
'Cause I just don't. Because I'm a civilian.
I think
Chris is not.
I think it'll be funny though. Like seeing Rory like just have that exchange because I'm not. I want to be there, but I'm not gonna say no. I'm gonna just sit there and just laugh.
And I'm not trying to put this on Chris as if he would have been like some aggressor, done some dumb shit. He probably would have laughed.
Of course.
But either way, I don't think it would have went in my favor perception wise. So I probably would have, and call me pussy for it. I just would have kept myself out of a situation that wouldn't have went well.
So Julian, you went to highlight room and you saw
Yeah.
Sean, and he had he had a good conversation with
so
you.
because Rory wasn't there, I was the fall man,
Yeah.
and I let him know pretty early that I didn't say anything.
Pussy.
For
And
those that don't know, Sean runs Sadiq highlight room on Wednesday nights.
One
And
of the best parties
Yes.
in LA by
Yeah,
far.
it's
That's our guy. Make your jokes. He's family for real. He's very close with Chris Brown,
Very.
like extremely close,
I've found that out.
to the point that I think he might take Chris aside if we were beefing.
No, he would have. Nah, he would have taken Chris.
He's a
aside.
way better customer at Sadiq than I am.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
popping way more, spending way more money than you
I
do.
drink Sean's bottles. Chris buys bottles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Big difference.
Yeah.
But he came up to me and we were chilling. We were just like, catching up. And then the conversation turned because maybe Night Train, who was DJing, was playing maybe a Chris record. And then the conversation just quickly became about that. And I was like, shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, but in the clip, I didn't even say nothing. He goes, I listened to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Sean
Fuck
listens
the
to our
clip.
podcast.
Fuck. Yeah. Julian tried to clip him. Like, yeah, no, in the clip. No, fuck that clip. I heard the whole episode.
So shout out to Sean, but he just like went off about like, he's like, I've been all over the world with Chris. Every room we go, he's like doing the whole pitch from like a personal thing. He told me some things I can't say on air, which I'll tell you guys off air about that situation. But he was very like open about his relationship with Chris and like how the whole situation went. Yeah. And I was like, bro, I just trying to listen to this Chris record. Like, I got no skin in the game. I'm literally here because I like Chris's music. Yeah. Like, that's why you're at. I'm putting it in the night train. I'm like, play the next Chris record. Just keep them coming. I don't want no.
The next 20 minutes, nothing but Chris.
So then they got to the point where he kept going. I was like, is he here? Yeah. Like, I was like nervous. I was like, shit, am I about to get pressed? Because I was like, fucking Rory.
Yo, y'all being nervous of Chris Brown walking in the party is hilarious, bro.
It would have been some Maury moment. Like, well, guess who we have backstage? And then Chris fucking walks out with a red rag. And Julian's like,
yeah.
What did you say about Chris? He's right here.
I was nervous, but it was really fun. But it was, that was a funny moment. And I told Rory the next day, and he was like, that's literally why I didn't go. He was like, I didn't want to.
He didn't want to have that conversation with Sean?
Smoke.
No, he didn't go because he didn't want to see Chris.
It's just content.
Oh, yeah. Sean, I mean,
it's just content.
I talked to Sean on the phone the next day after we put that clip out. But then for some reason, I feel like that day or the day before, somebody reposted the clip again and got another like resurgence because people I've known for years like started commenting on it again, like not in my favor. Yeah, and I was like, damn, I thought we were friends.
Like and they always say shit like, I fuck with the boy Rory, but that nigga is wrong. they preface it with letting them know that you're their friend, but you're wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we all know that by now.
Vok, who's my guy, commented and was like, it's cool. Rory thinks Prodigy is better than Jay-Z. And I'm like, what?
That's fucked up.
Where are we putting these things in?
That's fucked up.
That is sick.
I don't think that.
That's some sick shit. R.I.P. to P Prodigy, though.
But yeah, I think that's something that's going to follow us for quite some time. I don't know. Maybe we're going to have to hit like someone is going to have to come with me to Highlight Room to make me feel a little bit more comfortable.
You got to stand in and back up your words.
But I'm dumb and I will.
Chris be like, yo, what you meant by that?
Stand on big business.
You got to be like, yo, nah, because right now in the algorithms, Quavo is more popping.
You know how hard it would be to have that conversation in a packed club with the music that loud? And now I'm like whispering in his ear?
No, you ain't got to whisper. Yo.
Hey, yeah.
Yo.
Oh, yo, imagine...
Like, nah, Quavo more lit than you.
Imagine at a club around a bunch of women at a party, like, yo, Quavo. Like, who is this guy ruining the fucking party?
Oh, man, I cannot wait for that day to happen.
Well, Chris wasn't with us in LA, but it seems like he had a rough time in Las Vegas this weekend.
Finally, I can be on his side in something.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, Chris put up on his Instagram emails between him and NBA All-Star Weekend about him. He was performing or playing in the celebrity game. I think
celebrity
both.
Game.
Which later on they pulled out because advertisers said that they wouldn't put up ads if Chris was a part of the entire thing. Which then Ruffles put something up and said, we're not in it. And then Chris continued on to say, Ruffles, like, I'll leak more shit. But this is corny at this point.
Well, I didn't know about any of this. I remember Julian did send this to me the other day. And I read some of it.
Just to keep tabs,
Just to keep tabs on what was going on.
You know who probably was eligible to play.
But
pretty good at ball too.
But wasn't invited, right? Yeah.
Moving on.
But
who was not invited? Oh,
Quavo could ball.
He's already been an MVP this
I know.
He's already been an MVP of this. This thing? Oh, that's
the
nothing.
celebrity game.
But I don't understand why would they Ruffles, Ruffles said that they didn't have nothing to do with it.
Well, he specifically called out Ruffles by name. I don't know why they were.
I think
maybe they were hosting.
They probably sponsored the celebrity game,
and they jumped to their own defense and said, "Nah, like chill. We didn't make a decision."
Ruffles was suggesting that it was the NBA's decision, not ours. We never said we were going to pull out if you were playing, which could be true as well. But if they're the one sponsoring the entire thing, I could see how Chris could put 2 and 2 together. Either way, I think when it comes to this stuff, stop asking Chris to do the Michael Jackson tribute, rehearse, do everything. Stop asking Chris to take NBA All-Star Weekend to focus on this when he can get bags elsewhere when you think he may be a liability already. Because this has happened to him a couple times.
Yeah, just stop inviting him.
So stop wasting this guy's time.
But okay.
Two things. Either stop wasting his time or everyone not get over it, but time has passed and you guys let a lot of other people with questionable history play all the time.
Questionable history is not a question. Like we know that there's guys that have been honored and celebrated and things like that have awards named after them.
Karl Malone last year.
Yeah. So like I'm saying, why are we now drawing the line at Chris Brown? I'm not saying Chris did not make a lot of mistakes in his past, but we're allowing so many other people with worse past to be involved in this shit and not pulling this sponsor pull out shit. Like either stop hitting them up or draw the line at everyone that has a questionable past. Make a decision.
I mean, listen, me personally, shit like this to me, depending on how you handle it, I think this is actually a win for you. I think this does more for your celebrity.
For who?
Like
for Chris?
Happens. Yeah.
In what way?
Like if this is the type of shit that's happening to you now, I think that there's even more of a demand to see you now publicly. So whenever you do pop out and do go somewhere, it's a bigger deal. It's like, oh shit, like Chris is here or whoever is here. Like, because you know that a lot of events don't invite him or her. A lot of events don't want you a part of it and things like that. So when you are visible and you are at these public events now, it's a bigger deal.
And I think it also shows, and I'm happy Chris, I hate the word exposed, but exposed this and put this on his story because it shows the support. Not only, of course, we know the Chris Brown fan base is going to ride with him.
Yeah.
But people that are not the Chris Brown hive were on his side, which proves that this advertiser shit is bullshit.
Yeah.
People are sitting there like, what the? No, we're on Chris's side with this.
Mm-hmm.
You invited him to play, let him play. Everyone's on this side. Clearly, no one's going to turn off their TV because Ruffles doesn't want Chris Brown on the celebrity game.
Yeah, I've seen mixed. A lot of people were like, well, yeah, that's the consequences you get for your actions, that kind of thing. I've seen both sides.
I saw much more in his favor that wasn't his fans.
The fuck are they talking?
And on top of that, I never saw anyone suggest that had Chris Brown played, they would have not watched. Even the people that were like, yo, consequences. Still watching it.
You know what sucks with this though?
They're still commenting on something regarding Chris Brown.
But you can't blame, and I agree with you, but you can't blame an advertiser. If this is the advertiser that made a decision, not Ruffles, but another one of the advertisers, you can't blame advertisers for wanting to protect their brand and not wanting to have anything they're paying for be associated with someone who had domestic violence issues.
That's bullshit.
No, it's not bullshit.
There's niggas in the NBA right now that have domestic cases open right now.
The difference is though?
What's the difference?
It's Rihanna.
That's what the difference is. That is
all right. So now you talk. I don't deal with politics.
There are multiple conversations here.
Now you're talking about politics though.
Yeah.
I don't deal with politics.
Okay,
I deal with right and wrong.
People who pay for advertising.
But Maul,
so that's politics. So cut the politics aside. This is what Chris is saying. This is all political bullshit.
No, but there's a lot to it. Because say these brands, say Ruffles, sorry, Ruffles, fuck, it's a chip. Who gives a fuck? Say Ruffles ultimately works with Rihanna. And then Rihanna's like, well, this is the same brand that put on Dust and stuff. Like and now you're like sacrificing your relationship for potentially with other artists.
Isn't Rihanna and Chris cool though? Haven't they?
They've done music. They've been courtside together. They've actually been courtside at an NBA game together.
They don't follow that shit.
Like, they don't follow that though.
They don't. No.
They don't follow the fact that the two people that you're so like.
They want Ruffles on the court, but they were courtside together. They
don't follow that. Like that's not. It's political bullshit.
All right, but let's go. Let's get out the hypothetical because I actually believe Ruffles when they came out after that and said it wasn't us, even though they were the ones sponsoring the celebrity game. So that means it was someone that was just doing overall sponsorship commercials throughout the entire All-Star weekend.
Yeah.
At that point, how are you even attached to Chris Brown if you're just running ads throughout the entire weekend? Because you could say you're not attached to any specific NBA player.
Mm-hmm.
Ruffles would be the only one I could see that you guys could say could have a point because Ruffles is sponsoring the celebrity game.
Right.
And Chris is part of the celebrity game.
Right.
If you just running ads for All-Star weekend, you're not attached to any player. Chris Brown is the one that's going to draw that line. Right. I think this is absolute bullshit and he's being targeted in a space that definitely other people should be targeted.
I think your initial point is the point that makes the most sense in terms of if you know this is going to happen with him, then just don't invite him. Don't wait. To your point, don't waste his time. He can get money doing something else. Let him spend his weekend somewhere useful. Just stop making him a part of shit where you ultimately pull the plug on.
Well, listen.
And when you know how this shit works, when you send out decks to advertisers, it's going to have a list of either the potential or confirmed guests. Like Chris posted like a few days before the All-Star game that they were pulling out. Ruffles was well aware of who was on that roster. That's why I actually believe Ruffles when they're like, it wasn't us.
It probably
would have been known Chris Brown was on the shit.
Yeah, it probably wasn't Ruffles, but you know.
They're probably like, sick. We got Chris.
Word.
Because he can ball.
Yeah, he's actually going
He's
to
fun
be
to watch. Yeah.
He can dunk. Like,
Well, either way,
flip and dunk.
Either way you look at it, the fucking All-Star Weekend got a real problem.
I agree.
From top to bottom. The All-Star Weekend
That shit was ass.
is suffering these events. I don't even bother to watch the celebrity game. I'm just talking about the actual events with real NBA players.
Mm.
It's bad. And I don't know if it's a competitive thing or just not the right players are agreeing to participate. But the NBA has to do something because I've been watching what seems like a decline for the past 8 years, maybe, where it's just like it's progressively getting worse. Now, the last dunk contest I can remember that was really, really good was Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon.
That was great.
Which is what, 2014?
I can't remember. It was a while ago. It was a while ago. But ever since then, it's just to the point now where the two-time defending champion is now a guy that's not even in the NBA. He's in the G League.
That's not true.
He's a TikToker.
He played for the Sixers for one weekend, and he's playing for the Magic for one weekend. Or whatever it was.
Don't they have to like call him up technically?
Yeah. No, he went on the roster for
10-day contract.
Yeah.
So,
well, let me know when he gets an NBA basket. Is all I'm saying.
Okay, but if you look at, I guess, I don't have the answer to what the disconnect is, but outside of the dunk contest, you have the 3-point contest that Damian Lillard, Brunson, Steph Curry participated against.
That was cool.
I thought that all was really
Steph and
cool.
Sabrina was cool.
Outside of the dunk contest, you have everyone participating. I think the West, even though they lost, was probably the greatest all-star team we've ever fucking seen.
Everyone on that team was a Hall of Famer.
Easy. I mean, Karl Anthony Towns, I think, is on his way, but
put up 50.
Yeah, everyone participated. So I guess not being a super sports person, I don't know, but there's a disconnect. Like, it's not fun, but every all-star you could think of is involved in it.
I mean, well, every all-star...
Outside of the dunk contest.
The dunk contest is something that I think that they should, and it's going to be hard to do that, but I think that they should just look to move away from the dunk contest for a few years.
They can't.
Bro, you have to, you know what I would like to see? I would like to see a one-on-one. And I know players are not going to do it because it's ego.
No.
And with
those
social media now.
Forever.
But it's just like, you have to bring something back or implement another event that's going to get people to really tune in. And I think that they should do things like track little beefs on social media with players throughout the first half of the season when they play each other certain games and kind of gauge like who would be a great candidate for the one-on-one at NBA All-Star Weekend. Like, you have to do something that's going to get people to be like, oh shit, this is happening.
Yeah.
It has to be something like that.
Play 21.
Yeah, it has to like play a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I if you told me, yo, All-Star Weekend, yo, Dame Lillard versus fucking Steph or Kyrie. But everybody's watching that.
That would have worked, I think, back in the day before there was so much commentary on TV and obviously on the internet. Like, I feel like in Jordan's era that they would have done that just because the scrutiny, they wouldn't have heard as much. Like, if you lost, it wouldn't be the end of your career.
Yeah.
Now I feel like that's a social media nightmare. Like, everyone's PR team would be like, no. I don't care if you're Steph Curry. If you lose,
see, that's the
now
problem.
you got an asterisk next to your name.
No, but
it's the same reason why I think the dunk contest sucks, because Bron never went in there.
Bron ruined the dunk
because he never wanted an asterisk next to his name, and he could have carried that to make it more of a thing. Now it's just, not bottom tier players by any means, but
fuck that.
But just
asterisk. Fuck who cares if you don't win a dunk contest? Like, that doesn't mean that you're not a great player. Fuck. Everybody, it's only one winner every year. So a lot of great players that were in dunk contests have lost. Nobody's like, oh, you lost that year in a dunk. That shit that's bullshit. A lot of these players are just avoiding this shit for whatever reason, and they don't want to participate.
Ego.
And it's
all ego.
Whatever it is. But it's like, you just look at it now. A lot of these dudes are famous for shit that has nothing to do with basketball. A lot of these dudes are just fashionable. Well, a lot of these dudes are just dating certain girls, and we know who they are. Get back to, you're at All-Star Weekend because you're one of the best basketball players in the world. It has to get back to that. All of this celebrity shit and see who's wearing what before the game and fuck all that's bullshit. I don't give a fuck what none of you niggas is wearing. Why are you at All-Star Weekend? Are you one of the best in the league? Cool. You need to be doing something All-Star Weekend. Are you playing? No, you hurt? Okay, cool. In the 3-point, like if you are in the league the first half of the season and you scored a certain amount of three-point field goals, you should automatically have to enter the 3-point contest.
You have to. The top
They
5
should
guys
just
have to.
cherry pick. Like, yeah.
That
Like,
would be fire.
You have to be in the 3-point contest. There is no avoiding it. Like that's what it has to be.
And like for the game itself, incentivizing players with a cash prize, like what they did. When did they do that for? The in-season tournament. Literally steal the in-season tournament
Shit like
rules,
that.
Do a cash prize. And
The NBA needs to implement a one-on-one for All-Star Weekend. That's something that I think will definitely more viewership. More people will be excited to see that. Like that's something that needs to happen. Bring into a one-on-one competition into All-Star Weekend. Get that skills challenge the fuck out of here.
That shit is stupid.
That shit is terrible. These niggas
They're
kicking the
making
ball in the
fun of it
stands
now. Yeah,
that's
they're
what they
like,
kicking the ball in the stands.
Like a little,
kicking the ball.
Get that shit out of here, man.
you know,
like-
I think it was Droog who tweeted that the dunk contest now is like rap freestyles in 2024. It's cool, but we've seen it all.
It's not cool.
Like, it's cool to see someone freestyle now, but we've seen freestyles that are better since
The
time
fuck
when it was
was
like
James
really a
Brown
thing that
doing?
mattered. Now it's just a cool thing. Listen,
Maul.
would it be weird if each NBA player did like a team situation with one of those IG TikTok dunkers? Like the ones that are going fucking crazy, doing backflips at the YMCA. If you had to participate, but you also get somebody from social media that can do that shit way better than all of you,
Mm-hmm.
and it's 2-on-2, like one NBA player versus one NBA player versus one TikTok dunker and one TikTok dunker.
Yeah, but see,
it's like the battle rap duo thing.
TikTok dunkers was smoke.
But that's
But you have to add in some flair to the shit.
Yeah,
like,
but that's why it wouldn't be that interesting because the more interesting dunks would come from the TikTokers, or just
which is fine. But if you implement the better dunkers in the dunk contest into that stuff, you're still getting your NBA celebrity, but you're getting a more of an entertaining experience for the dunk contest.
right. I know it's not a terrible. At this point, they need something.
They're literally bringing up old boy from the G
I was
League
gonna say,
just to make it work the last 2 years.
so
why not get a TikToker that can jump out the gym?
competition is to watch the best dunks that can be done, executed. I don't care if it's an NBA guy dunking the ball. Put in the white boy.
No, but that's not what this is. No. That's not what this is.
I don't give a fuck who
This
wins
is the
the
NBA.
award. Just show me cool dunks.
This is the NBA dunk contest.
That's why I'm saying.
So these are guys that are in the NBA.
Mac McClung is some bullshit. He's not an NBA player.
No, but I agree with you. But I'm just saying
G-League?
you can't bring in TikTokers now to start doing it because now you might as well do this shit All-Star Friday night and let them have that shit.
Friday night.
Let them do this shit Friday night.
They did if they said, "Hey, we'll honor 2 separate dunk contests, one for the TikTok like freestyle dunkers and one for
you can't put them as an opening card because
it's better.
Because they would look nuts.
It's
the NBA
better.
players would look nuts.
Of course, I agree with you. That's why you can't do it on the main night. You can't do that.
Just let them
Gotta
have
put 'em
it.
together.
Might as well just get rid of that shit, bro. I'm telling you.
They can't
Implement
get
a
rid of it.
one-on-one game.
It's probably still the number one rated thing outside of the actual game, though. It's between
it's the
3-point
dunk.
skill challenge and celebrity. Remember when they used to do rookies versus sophomores? It's still the dunk contest is the pull.
They
I
do it
guarantee
now.
you-
What's it called? Rising Stars versus they did a variation of the
This
rookie
is what I'm
versus
telling you.
sophomore.
I guarantee you, if next year, All-Star Weekend, they implement the first one, well, they used to have one-on-one challenges. I don't know if it was All-Star Weekend, if it was like some charity game shit. I don't know. But I remember seeing Dr. J versus like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So it might have been the All-Star Weekend one-on-one. Bring that back. Bring back the one-on-one. You're going to see a higher viewership than you've seen probably in the last 20 years.
Oh, without question.
Guaranteed. The NBA has to do something because
Dame
that
versus
shit.
Steph would be
Are
be
you
higher
kidding me?
ratings than the finals.
This is are you kidding me? Like that's what I'm saying. They have to bring something. They have to implement something because at this point, this shit is approaching Pro Bowl level. Nobody watches the Pro Bowl. Like who watches that shit? I don't know anybody that be like, yo, what you doing watching the Pro Bowl?
Yeah, flag football. I'm watching flag football.
Nobody watches that shit. So I don't know. But the All-Star game, I guess, was cool. Whatever. Shout out to the East. They won. Most points scored in the All-Star game history. Shout out to Dame Lillard, All-Star game MVP.
And I mean, to close the Chris thing, I'm not comparing what happened, but you got Draymond shanking people visually from across the court, but Chris can't get in the Ruffles game.
Yeah, nah. It's political bullshit.
Why was that okay? Am I the only one that found that fucking nuts? This is like being threatened on the yard.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Yo, he's so sick, bro.
Yeah.
That is sick.
He's not lying. I could see it in his eyes.
No, he's dead ass.
That's my boy. I love him.
I love him too. No,
I don't.
but
I fuck with
He
Draymond.
scares me.
He scares you?
Of course he does.
You're such a pansy.
Did you see it? Well, I'm joking, but did you see him with Taylor Rooks last night? He was in his full like comedy bag. He was like the funniest, nicest guy with her. They were doing a little like live.
I mean,
pod
you know,
thing.
when a pretty girl's in the room, you got to dig into your best joke bag. You know that.
He was smiling the whole time. It was hilarious.
somebody compared it. They put a compilation of Charlemagne anytime Cardi B is on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Where Charlemagne he does not stop laughing. He's out of his chair like,
Yeah.
Cardi's like, hey. And she's like, That's what they were comparing Draymond and Taylor. Which, by the way, was the best part, I feel like, of the All-Star game. Was the new crew.
Yeah.
Taylor, Chuck, and Draymond was great.
Chuck was getting his shit off.
No, Charles Barkley's a character.
And Kenny was drunk.
Kenny was going crazy.
He went a little too crazy.
Yeah, Saturday he went crazy.
Yeah.
He went crazy Saturday.
He went-
I ain't gonna lie, I thought Kenny was gonna get suspended for a few weeks off air.
What he said about Sabrina was so bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
understand what
the
he said,
Steph
but
and Sabrina thing, I get it. Sabrina called Steph out. And it was great sportsmanship of Steph to accept that and show up. But I think I could tell when Steph took his foot off the gas a little bit. He didn't want to totally embarrass Sabrina, but he went out there and showed everybody that, listen, I get it.
Now, see, the way you're even putting that out there is disrespectful to Sabrina. Sabrina could shoot her ass off. And that's the one event where it's like, it doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl, shoot or shoot.
Wait, first of all, they
her
shoot from a
score-
different 3-point line with a different weight ball. Let's start there.
She shot from the men's line. And she went first.
And I'm saying that's not.
What
It's
the-
not shooter
Yeah, but-
shooter at that point.
It
She's
is.
shooting from further away.
Okay, yeah, Sabrina she's a great shooter. I'm not
And
arguing
she's
that.
a lady, Nick.
But I think that I do think that Steph went out there, he won, but I don't think that he was out there giving it his all. Like,
You're tripping. Yes,
don't think
he
so.
was.
I don't think so.
He made 29. He only missed like 2-3 shots. Sabrina missed one shot in her first 5-6 shots. Like, it was a good. Sabrina's score tied Dame's score that won the fucking actual competition.
I'm talking about Stephen Curry though, who we know is the greatest shooter ever,
I know, but you can talk about him without belittling what
who has the
Sabrina
highest
did.
score in 3-point shootout.
Sabrina
history.
has the highest score.
Sabrina does not have a higher score than Stephen Curry. And
She does. She has the record for 3-point, whatever it's called, the competition.
But didn't she lose?
No, like.
Are you talking about in WNBA All-Star?
No, like in total.
How could she do that if she lost?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
Well, in the
Not
NBA,
that night,
in the
Rory.
NBA, in the NBA 3-point shootout, Steph Curry has the record. That I do know.
But also that night, how?
Well, I don't care. That wasn't a shootout. That was just a.
Yeah, she scored 37
Which is
out
crazy.
of 40. That's the record.
Either way,
NBA or WNBA, she has the highest score.
I hope they continue doing
That's
this. I'd love to see Caitlin Clark do this.
Oh, it is season. Sorry.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about?
Sorry, hold on. Because I know she has it. Shut up. I'm talking. Because I know she does.
Spazzing out.
You don't know shit. You're wrong right now. Shut the fuck up. Fuck is he talking about? You're wrong. Stephen Curry has the record. I know what I'm talking about. But anyway, that was a cool little thing for Sabrina to call Steph out and Steph to accept it and then go out there and, be Stephen Curry.
Next year, I'd like to see Caitlin Clark versus Dame or some shit like that.
That'd be fire.
Because, I mean, obviously she has potential to be one of the greatest shooters ever. More importantly, Mo, I didn't really care about your NBA All-Star takes. I'm sorry. I just didn't. Thought it was underwhelming. I was more concerned on if you were going to come in here today and defend your father-in-law.
Who's my father-in-law? Benzino.
Big Zeno. Big Boston.
It's weird that you call him my father-in-law, but
Coyle Ray is your wife, no?
WCW.
You've come on here plenty of times and saying that's your queen. That's the one you die for.
never said that. Said she's beautiful. She's talented.
Okay, so in Pod World, that makes Zeno your father-in-law.
You go together.
Because I say
More-
somebody's beautiful and talented.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that.
Welcome.
Just let
Yeah,
me know.
now you know.
Okay.
So that's your queen.
Mike.
That's your rib.
Coyle Ray is my rib. Okay. I'm here to learn, man. Fuck it.
So Benzino was on Drink Champs, which actually the full episode is great. But of course, him having a fucking meltdown is what went viral. Naturally, they asked him about Eminem like they do with every Benzino interview, which he should probably know by now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he had a little too much of the juice and was a little emotional and had a full-fledged breakdown and started crying. I don't know if this is the first crier on Drink Champs, but it was bound to happen with the amount of alcohol that's there.
Yeah.
Somebody had to cry.
Well, Benzino's a crier. We've seen
He's
him
an emotional
crying
guy.
on TV a couple times. The last one I can remember was I think his ex-wife or one of his baby mothers. He was crying outside of her house because she's with a new guy and she had him arrested. She called the cops and he was crying in that clip. And I think we've seen him cry on Love and Hip Hop a couple times.
For sure.
So he's a crier. He doesn't mind letting
He's an emotional guy that I promise you still will knock you the fuck out.
yeah, one of those guys. He's probably crying because he doesn't want to knock you out. Because I know a guy that used to do that. He used to get emotional, like, yo, don't make me do this to you.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Like, don't make me do this to you, man. Like, because I'm gonna really get up from here and put these hands on you. You don't want that.
It's gonna affect me more to kill you.
It's gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you.
Even though
Which I always understood. I
Even though
understood
you're gonna
that.
be dead.
Yeah.
But nah.
It's gonna hurt me to have to hurt you.
When your
No.
mother used to whoop your ass and say that used to piss me off.
Yeah, I used to like, Ma, there's no way that hurts you more than it just hurt me.
I'm hurt right now.
Yeah, my back is fucking. I have whelps all over my fucking
you had
arm.
time to think about it. And tell me.
Yeah.
You're fine.
I was wet. I just got out the shower.
This was premeditated.
Yeah.
Anyways, can we play some of this clip of Benzino's meltdown?
Yes.
Got nothing against Eminem. Got nothing against Eminem. Eminem can rap.
I think it's gonna be
But
Julian.
I care about
in
us
5
more.
years.
I don't want to go through. I don't want to talk about it no more. I don't want. For 22 years, every time I do an interview, they ask me about Eminem. The fuck you want me to do?
Stop
Come
doing
on,
interviews.
man. My daughter came into the industry figuring that, hey, I gotta be cool with Eminem because everybody's against my dad.
So what's weird about this though is at the beginning of this interview, he was very much like popping shit, like fuck Eminem.
Yeah,
I'm
straight
on-
up saying fuck Eminem.
fuck Eminem. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck about it.
Yeah.
And then like an hour and a half later,
Well, that's
That's how alcohol works.
Yeah, that's how the liqueur. Once it's in your blood, it starts to
the spirits.
the
if you will.
spirits. It brings out the spirits and the
Hennessy
tears.
should use this for an ad.
Should they?
The Truth Teller.
I don't know if the French are going to co-sign.
Yeah, I don't think they
They
want
should
to
tell
get
the truth.
attached.
Truth
Actually,
teller.
I'm hoping that they probably hope they don't pan to any alcohol on the table that was theirs. After this
I'm
type of
surprised
shit.
they didn't pan to Nori's face because I'm sure he was dying laughing.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
I mean,
I get it though. Like I if I'm Benzino, I am tired of people asking me about Eminem. I understand that part. Like, yo, why y'all? I don't care. Like, Benzino is what, 60 years old?
probably somewhere close to it.
Like at this age, why are we supposed to be chilling?
58.
58. We supposed to be chilling. My daughter's in the industry. She's successful. She's been on stage performing at a Beyonce show. Like, why am I still talking about a beef
Okay.
that we had when we were like in our 30s?
But if you want to continue to do interviews, which Benzino has the right to do, and Quiet is Kept, one of the best interviewees. Like, if you go through his catalog of interviews, his story is incredible. I know we like to clown Benzino, but his story is great. He tells incredible stories, vivid stories. He's a part of hip hop. He should continue to do them.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't think people are going to ask after this many years, kind of the only real asterisk next to Eminem's name as far as his legacy goes? You don't think people are going to bring that up when Benzino was the one on the other side of that?
I'm not saying don't bring it up, but for how many more years do you have to bring that up?
Well, I mean, it just resurfaced again because they just wrote diss tracks to each
Yeah.
other the other day.
But that's
Yeah.
what, again, that's part of what I'm saying. Y'all are still at this shit after all of these years. Like, so I understand that part of when busy. Like, I'm tired of this shit. Like, it's been 20 something years of this shit. Like we get it. It happened. It was a moment. We understand what it was about. But Benzino has other shit that he could be talking about. He's done a lot in the music business and entertainment. Like, he's done a lot, but aside from the Eminem beef. So I understand him on that. It's just like, yo, like, come on, man. I don't want to keep talking about
But in this, at one point, he literally said, "Let's talk about M. That's why y'all are here, right?" Like
That's why
He
got
went on
the
a whole
interview.
rant about it
Yeah,
before we
also
got
why
to
he
Well,
got
no,
the
to this
did
meltdown.
Benzino said that?
Yeah.
Well, because he understands that, like, let me guess. Like, it's kind of like, like the mayor said, we just had a little spat again for however many of time. That's what y'all want to
But
talk
if
about.
you know you're that sensitive about the topic and would prefer not to speak on it, why would you?
It's not about being sensitive to the topic. It's just that at 58 years old, right? And Benzino's lived a life. He's seen a lot of shit, been through a lot of shit, accomplished a lot. he's going through a lot. We know with his daughter, his relationship is kind of strained there. So it's a lot going on with him. I can understand how he's at a point in his life now where he's just like, bro, I'm tired of talking about this shit. Like, I don't want to talk about this Eminem beef no more. Like,
I mean, but I can relate to some degree of feeling a way about certain questions or why we're talking about it. But when you've actively participated in it, even if you were the one just replying and not the one starting shit, yeah, no matter what, when you go out, people are going to ask you about that. So if you're prepared to go do an interview or a press run or whatever it's going to be, you need to be prepared for those questions because they're going to happen no matter what. Even if you think the shit is played out, even if you feel like you've been on the other side and haven't said shit, you've still participated.
100%.
And people are going to ask about it.
100%. And
so your feelings on it don't matter when it comes to this type
No,
of
your feelings can still matter. Like, just because you participated in it doesn't mean that you're not tired of people asking about it or talking about it or bringing it up. Like, Eminem came at him.
Yeah,
so
but
he has
also,
a right to defend himself and get in the booth, and this is still hip hop. So, but I can still understand even through all of that, Rory, your point is valid, but I can still understand on the other side of that too. Benzino, like, yo, I'm tired of this shit though.
But you don't get to decide, and I learned this the hard way, you don't get to decide when the rest of the world is over it or when people decide to reply. Because for years, Benzino, even after the whole source shit, even after the dust settled with the Eminem N-word tapes and everything, Benzino was still doing interviews and discussing that entire thing.
Yeah.
We know M kind of disappears for a while, then comes back. When you're on M time, he may reply to that shit 3 years later. And that's what happened. Benzino can't do years and years of interviews about M, and just because M doesn't respond in a timely manner, he can't get upset now because M decided to come out of his cave and say, yo, I can't go at Benzino's neck because he doesn't have one.
Right.
Which was funny.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, listen, it's part of the sport. But I'm just saying, like, I can understand at the same time a guy just being like, especially like I said, at 58.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, this shit is like, let's move on from this shit. Like, including Benzino, like, so whatever M says, like, stop responding. You don't have to respond to everything. It doesn't warrant a response. We know that. And if you're tired of it, then be tired of responding to it as well. You know what I mean? Like, be tired of responding to it. We had to learn that as well. It's like, just move on, man. Just let people say what they're going to say. No matter what you say, people going to have an opinion. People going to have a response. And if you keep responding to a response, you'll be responding for the rest of your life.
But it's different. You brought in you guys as an example, but like in your case, your tonality and what you said never changed. You know what I mean? Like, you guys... Yeah. And then, so, like, the point being, Benzino sounded like this at the beginning of the interview.
We here tonight. Fuck Eminem. And fuck everybody down with Eminem. And my thing is this, bro. My thing is this. My thing is this.
This is just an example of how alcohol works, to be quite honest.
Yeah, but the point is, like, you guys never... It wasn't.
I don't know, because
with that energy, like in your response video, you were like, "Hey, here's." It wasn't like at one point you guys were like boisterous and like and doing all that shit. We drink.
You could compare.
What are we talking about?
You could compare some of this to, even though I think it's much different when you add context to it. You can compare this to me and Leave Me Alone. I don't think there's a big difference, but I could see someone on the internet that's viewing this from the outside looking in and only sees like the clips.
Yeah.
If you put the right video together and put those side by side without any context, I would look like a hypocrite.
Yeah.
And we're on the internet, so context is not.
But that's what editing does. Editing has the ability to make you look like a hypocrite.
For sure.
So,
and we all are to some degree.
Yeah.
But I guess Zeno just needs to pick a side of putting all his business out there and living on that hill, or just don't do it at all. Because you've done a lot of stuff with your daughter, which we've disagreed with on this podcast about just airing out family business. But that's what you've decided to do, and that's your family and your child, so you have every right to do what the fuck you want to do. Pick a side. Just pick a side.
I agree. I just think that Benzino, honestly, bro, just, enjoy life, man. You at that age where this type of shit is something that shouldn't even be on your radar. You should be, playing golf, on vacation, just that type of, like, hip hop has to age gracefully, man. Like, we shouldn't be in our 50s beefing. Like, what other job are people beefing in their 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a job you want to be in when you have to beef in your
Most
50s?
jobs.
Beefing?
I mean,
What's most jobs do you beef at in 50 years old?
I mean,
Ho
they're
was
not
sending shots at
televised or
Flex when he was
public.
50.
Hope
Like,
did
it's-
not send that text, man.
I know, but he replied in his 50s. No,
Yeah, but beefing?
I mean,
Beef. I'm talking about beefing. Beef.
They're not really
not
beefing.
disagreements. Everybody, you're going to have disagreements to the day you die. I'm talking about beefing.
But are they genuinely beefing? Are Benzino and Eminem going to run into each other and fight?
If Benzino and Eminem walked off the elevator and saw each other, it would be some static. Yes, I do think so.
Benzino would swing.
And would hit him in the head with a coffee pot.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Beef and disagreements are two different things. You can have disagreements at work, and I'm talking about beefing, where it's like, yo, when I see this, yo, we might tear this whole shit up if we bumped into each other. Only in hip hop does that happen. Only in this culture does that happen.
Nah.
So what's your age limit on beef?
Me?
Yep.
Mhm.
I don't have beef with nobody at my age.
What I'm
beef?
saying is, what's your age limit? Because there's some people that if you saw, you would swing on them. So if you were in the same room with them, you might swing on them. So
Me?
yes.
No, it's not. I don't have nobody that I would swing on if I saw them right now in the room.
You would just shoot him.
No, who would I swing on? I don't have anybody in my life that I would swing on right now if I saw them.
Well, that's evolved because I feel like a year ago that wasn't the case.
I just said today, now.
No,
I don't have
said
nobody
that's
in my
evolved.
Yeah, and I'm not 50. Like, so I could, like, at 58.
No, but that's why I'm asking. What do you think that there's an age limit on beef?
I don't think there's an age limit. If it's warranted, I don't think there's ever an age limit.
Yeah.
If it's
on
warranted.
beef.
I think petty beef you should probably fix in your 30s.
What beef would you have at 58 years? Beef, I'm talking about.
Beef from when they were in their 20s and 30s.
Get
They never-
at 58.
I'm not beefing with nobody for 30 years.
That's
bro.
what I'm saying.
Who's
Don't
staying
cook
mad
that beef,
long?
nigga. Go
Yeah.
pull up on that nigga. 50, you think I'm a whole beef with somebody for 30-something? I'm going to get the drop on that nigga with 30-something years and you ain't shake nothing yet? That ain't beef,
That
nigga.
ain't beef, yeah.
Beef is 2 summers and one of y'all niggas is dead on
But
jail.
where were you gonna get it? Where were you gonna get it shaken with Eminem at that point? Because
What
the
you-
pops from when that beef started to now, Eminem has been a superstar. When were you
Okay.
ever gonna see M?
Get your lick at the Super Bowl.
Like when?
Bro, I don't.
So you gotta just hold that animosity till you get on Drink Champs and start crying.
But that's why you don't. That's why you let that shit go. Because you know,
you gotta.
you know Eminem don't go nowhere. He never leaves his house. Like, you gonna see him at a Lions game. Like, he don't go nowhere. So that's not even beef. You can't beef with somebody that don't leave their compound. You know how crazy that is? You waiting outside, I'm gonna catch this nigga. No, you're not. He don't go nowhere.
Because
Leave that man up. That's not beef. Beef is when this person is moving around and you moving around and it's like, all right, yo, where he at? We pulling up over there. That's beef. 30 years of, yo, I'm waiting to see somebody. You never gonna see that nigga. That's not beef. At 50, this is the only culture where you could probably almost have beef with somebody at 58 years old. Ain't no rock and roll niggas ain't doing it. Ain't nobody in NASCAR doing it.
Prince and Mike.
They didn't have beef. Prince was just the king of shade. He would just throw shade. That's all. That wasn't beef, though.
Betty.
They've been in the same room and ain't nothing happened.
Didn't Prince try to kill? Someone tried to kill one of them.
What are you talking about,
Wait,
dog?
what?
What's up with
Didn't
you
that
today?
happen?
Yo, take that Nick
Prince
Scully
did
off.
not try to
Fucking
kill
fuck
Michael
up.
Jackson.
No, it didn't happen at some point.
No, Big Pharma killed both of them. That's it.
Yeah, if you want to get to the beef.
Yeah, America had beef with them.
Yeah, like Prince and Michael Jackson didn't have beef.
That's crazy.
I thought there was some like.
No, they had musical tension, like who was better, but there was never beef.
Mike,
Yeah, Prince. He drove his car aggressively in an attempt to run over Mike. That happened.
according to Tyson's account. Which Tyson is this? Mike
No,
Tyson?
This happened. Yeah.
What do you mean it happened?
That's
What are you
Tyson
talking
chicken.
about?
That's not even.
This is a story from Mike Tyson.
Oh, so we taking a story from Mike Tyson, who was probably
Respectfully.
drunk and high the entire 80s.
I remember this story becoming a thing.
I don't feel like Tyson would lie about that.
That one time Prince attempted to run over Michael Jackson. Boom, I'm right.
I'm also not surprised that if that happened.
Thank
That doesn't
you.
sound far fetched to me.
Thank you.
Tried to run over Michael. So Mike, what was Mike? Mike was like walking
I
outside.
think he was
Yeah,
leaving
he
the
was,
studio.
he was
Mike-
walking to Dwayne
Michael
Reed,
Jackson don't even walk outside. What the fuck are you talking about?
I think it was a case of
and he
him
walks
leaving the
backwards. You see
studio.
behind himself.
I think he was
Leaving the studio.
Yeah.
It was in the same studio. And then Prince tried to run over Michael Jackson.
I guess they were at a James Brown show in Los Angeles.
There you go. Show in LA.
We're talking about
course
the one
of
that's aired where James Brown called them both on stage?
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
after that event is what they're saying.
Because Mike went up there and fucking moonwalked and did some spins and shit. and Chris and Prince was jamming out.
Against your whole point.
Played the guitar, took his shirt off, and as legend would have it, footage from that night would prove the superstars face-off or whatever. So it was a face-off moment, and then afterwards they felt away, and Prince tried to chase him down in his fucking car.
I'm
calling
you,
big cap.
That
That's all I'm saying.
happened. This was a huge story. This broke in like 2018, but I remember this.
I know how things happen. I've been at events and then I've heard people give accounts of what happened. I know what embellishing is. I know what adding flair to a story is. Prince did not try to run over no Michael Jackson with his car. And now did Prince leave the parking lot aggressively? Like,
hold on.
And it's
I
like,
want to
oh,
know,
shit.
was Prince driving the car?
That's something. It's just like let's just stop, man. You've never seen Michael Jackson walk more than 10
With
feet.
platform shoes on.
The longest you've ever seen Michael Jackson take is walking to the stage to accept an award. Mike is not outside walking anywhere.
Like
That's not happening.
I could see Prince's SUV driving very fast past Mike getting into his SUV.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, damn, you almost ran him over.
Yeah, like what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Like
that's
Mike was trying
probably
to cross the
what
street.
Like, come on.
Like now, if you say Mike was crossing the street and Prince plowed over some shit,
All right.
and
So
then it's like, yo, Prince tried to run him over.
Mike confirmed it. Quincy Jones confirmed it.
When did Mike confirm that?
Producer Quincy Jones admitted that the singer Prince had tried to kill Michael Jackson during a concert in 1983. How much proof do you guys need?
Yeah.
Do you want to go through everything else Quincy Jones said in that last interview?
It's a great interview. We can ignore the rest of it. He was on a lot of coke probably. He was fine. But anyway, he remembers this.
He remembers that.
So I'm saying multiple stories from multiple reputable people.
From multiple people that were high out their fucking minds during that time.
So I remember mad shit
I'm
when I
not
was coked
discrediting
out.
that this was a story. I apologize in that regard, but I don't believe it, is what I'm saying.
No, I think
Why?
this is
I'm rolling.
Thank you, Damaris.
Well, either way, Mike, I don't think Mike and Prince had beef. Was it like
Static. It was static.
was it competitive? You know, yeah, for sure. Did Prince probably throw shade if people kind of like compared him because of the whole, you know, they wanted him to do the Thriller video, Beat It video, and he was like, well, who's playing?
Yeah, who all there?
Yeah, like it was like that. Prince was like, well, and he was like, well, I'm not, you know, I'm not playing that part. Like, no. So then that's just, you know, that adds to the tension between Mike and Prince. But I don't think that that's not beef.
So
They
what you
didn't have
guys
beef.
are suggesting is that Benzino should have tried to run over Eminem with his car.
If he had a chance to see him, he probably would. Now that I would believe. But only in hip hop. See?
Prince and Mike are hip hop.
I'm not believing that Eminem and Benzino never been in the same room in the past 20 years. I'm not.
What?
I'm not jacking that.
I'm guaranteeing they haven't.
What room would they have been in? Prince.
I won't say room. I'll
Eminem
say
don't-
building. I'll say building. I won't say room. I'll say building.
Where has Eminem been? Eminem don't go nowhere. He's not at what award shows is he at?
Now, but I'm talking about when that beef first started happening. Eminem was everywhere. What do you like? He was getting
on arena tours. He was in his green room and hotel, and then
We're at the VMAs?
and then 15 years later, he was in a parking lot with Griselda and Royce talking about Donald Trump. Between then, he was at his house. Never been anywhere else.
Eminem doesn't go
See, the
nowhere.
way you just described that is like how people describe Jesus. Like he was born and then we don't know what happened in the middle. And then at 33, he got nailed to a cross. He was like, what happened in those 30 years? No one talks about that gap. Eminem was probably outside in that gap.
No, I
He
mean, it
wasn't.
wasn't just 1 year.
If Eminem was anywhere, you would know about it.
Why would I certainly wouldn't know about it. I
I'm
don't
just
pay
saying, like,
attention
you
to
would-
anything
he
Eminem
would-
does.
Eminem is a big enough star that if he's just outside anywhere, he's gonna cause pandemonium.
Like, do you think Eminem was at the same hookah lounge as Stevie J and Benzino in the last 10 years?
See, now
Like,
you're putting Eminem in a hookah lounge.
but to my point, like, where would they have
they
seen each
don't.
other?
They don't. Yeah, like they don't. Been
I don't know,
having
the
nothing in
Pride
same room.
Parade? Not Pride.
Is this something you want to tell?
Yeah, like,
Why are you at the Pride Parade?
well, I've
No,
been
well,
there. It's great.
I was trying to make a joke, the callback to the reason why they're
Benzino and Elton John's performance? That's
No,
what you're talking
when
about?
M did the whole N-word rant thing, I was saying at the white Pride Parade, but I forgot the white. Wow,
Oh.
that's a real bad. It's too close to the sun. If you forget to say white, it's
Mm.
pretty gay
Yeah, and you were there, so
at the white Pride Parade. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, picking up women. Same reason you go to an abortion rally, because you know they're fucking. What?
Rory.
What?
that's true though.
And it seems like they take care of it if there's a problem.
Yeah.
Anyways, everyone check out that interview. I know Nori's dirty left rack endorphins started going crazy once Benzino started crying. I know Nori was so excited.
I don't want to watch that though.
It's a good interview.
Yeah.
There's more to it than him just having an absolute meltdown.
I'm sure. Like I said, Benzino has been around for years. He's done a lot, accomplished a lot of things in this industry. So
And now you just got like the ammo. You lost. Officially, the beef is over. You lost.
Mhm.
Because you said fuck him and you were standing on, he used the N-word, he's racist, fuck M, fuck everyone. And then at the end, you're crying saying, I would give him a hug. I love white people.
yeah.
That's a dub. Like,
Yeah, it's over then. The beef is over now.
it has to be.
Yeah, it's over. The beef is over. it
Yeah,
has
it's
to
one of
be.
those where M is going to reply because M's been annoying us lately, but this would be one prior to what I've been saying about the girls beefing. Leave this one alone, Eminem. You won.
Yeah,
It's over.
This is. I don't care about this type of shit. What I do care about is this Drake and Sexxy Red video
Yeah,
because I think it's cap.
it is.
What do you mean it's
Wait,
cap?
what do you...
I don't think her water broke right then and there.
It's,
No.
Miles
of course
right.
not.
Yeah, no.
You okay?
You think this really
what?
happened?
Well, you think somebody can't stand it?
No, I'm amazed that he has to come out here and say it's cap.
Oh.
It's a produced
Damaris,
I
video.
don't have to come out.
You'd
here
be
and
surprised.
understand. Like it's.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, a lot of people think it's real.
No, yeah, those people are idiots. I don't like.
All
I
right,
didn't,
well,
I
I'm
didn't know
just saying.
that.
I'm just saying because we have a podcast, we have cameras here. I'm just putting it out to the people that's cap. Like I don't. Great video. Thought it was a genius video, but people really thinking that her water broke right then and there is like, nah, I don't think so.
And Drake just had a camcorder. You know what?
And,
Drake having
and
a cam.
SZA was in the... SZA was just chilling in the kitchen.
Yeah,
And the Christmas tree was still up.
yeah.
What do they call that? The woman that helps the pregnant woman?
Doula.
I was going to say medulla, but
I think it's part of your brain.
yeah, that's your brain.
But yeah, midwife,
oblongata.
doula, same shit.
So Sis is the medulla of fuck.
She's not. She's a friend.
Just stop.
I'm
She's,
saying in
she's a
this
feature on the song.
Yeah, just stop. Whatever you're doing, you're hurting yourself.
But I thought it was cool. They tried to put it like with the old camera footage. They did a good job of putting the video together.
Great job.
Of course, it's bullshit, but I didn't think people would go in thinking it was real. Like it's
Yeah.
clearly set up to be a fun, cool video.
Mhm.
My real question is, should Sexy Red's baby father get some advice from Safari?
Elaborate.
Because Safari had
Or
to
don't.
sit side camera right next to the AD, right in Nikki's director chair, and watch her make out with Nas for a video. But that's your girl. She's doing a whole video rollout. You signed up for this. Your girl's a star. Drake rubbing basically my belly. I'm gonna feel away.
I think he put his head on it at one point too.
He was feeling for kicks.
I feel like that's good luck though. That's like Jewish good luck. No,
Explain.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just throw that out there.
I mean,
and not
they're good at
explain.
rubbing.
Like,
They're good at rubbing things out.
whoa,
Hey,
Whoa.
yo.
whoa.
Oh, that's old terms of
Whoa.
getting people out of
no, I know
certain
what you meant.
area. Yeah,
I know what you
age,
meant.
showing age. Sorry.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
That's an old term. They're doing that right now.
I know, but I was describing what they
Oh.
were doing right now. Forget it.
It was a pause. We got what you were
It's fine.
saying, but
Pause.
it's still
No,
a
it's cool,
pause.
it's cool.
All right, take it. All right, cool.
I'm fine
but
with it.
I don't feel like he should be upset.
Nah, not for somebody just rubbing your girl. I mean, everybody does that when they see a pregnant girl that they cool with. Like,
I just feel like he took it a little too far.
because it's Drake.
No, any man that would like do that.
Rub your girl's stomach.
They were like cuddling at one point. He was really the rich baby daddy.
Oh, okay.
Like he sold the video a little too well.
Yeah, I guess I could see what you're saying.
Like, and we know Drake's not sleeping in that bed.
No. That thread count?
Great Airbnb.
I was literally just about to say that's what Airbnb fucking rooms look like.
But it added to her whole allure. Like it couldn't be a super crazy crib.
Yeah.
That's not her brand. But either way, I think it's a great video. I just might feel a way of how Drake got a little handsy with a baby girl or baby boy. That's all.
Baby ski.
You're telling me that's not the real baby she's holding in this video?
No.
Come on.
Come on.
Yo, they were on
You know what's
there
funny? No
That's
one's
not a
Sexy
loaf of
Red.
bread.
Maybe it is.
No.
Wow, see?
Maybe they really shot this during her being in labor.
That doing this in the hospital is hilarious. Oh, did he get a McDonald's bag? Okay, Drake.
That was a crazy product placement.
Wow.
Is that the Khaled special?
No, that's the sweetie.
Oh no,
meal.
he's Wendy's.
Look
Oh,
at that.
he's sending shots.
That's a sweetie meal, yeah.
Shots at Cal.
No, shots at
Oh.
Quavo. He's riding with Chris.
doing that while people are boycotting McDonald's is a bold move. But it's Drake, so he can do what he wants.
I didn't know people were like really boycotting.
Nobody's boycotting McDonald's. I don't know if we can get the numbers.
It's 1 billion sold every day.
Nobody.
It never dropped to 99 billion.
Like nobody. Like we need to start just being real with these boycotts. You niggas is still going to Starbucks. You niggas is still going to McDonald's and anywhere else that y'all was going to before anything online about boycotting began. Like, cut it the fuck out, man.
Well, according to Fortune, food giants are feeling the burn from the Middle East boycotts. McDonald's, Starbucks, and Yum Brands. I don't know who they represent, but
so the fourth quarter they didn't make $6 billion; they made $4 billion.
Well, yeah, I mean you're scaling, but to success in financial security to us is different what it is to them. If they're used to making 12, but they made 7, that's a hit.
That's because of shipping. That's not because of us. That's all that is. That's because this shit is, they get it overseas.
But hey, listen, man.
That's
if you boycotting, listen, man. Salute to you.
What did you think was better? The choreography in the hospital with SZA, Drake, and the strippers, or the NYPD dance team? Who do you think pulled it off better?
I didn't see the dance team.
Oh, Maher.
NYPD is the most tone deaf organization.
We got some volume, bro.
Are these officers?
That's Mrs. Officer right there.
Those are not cops.
Yep.
No, it's not.
They have badge numbers.
No,
they could arrest you for a warrant right now.
Those are not police. Those are not police officers.
100%.
Look like a roller derby team.
They're on 3rd Ave right now. You haven't seen them?
No.
I'm laughing at your facial expression.
This is Mayor Eric Adams, moving $100 million from education.
Naturally.
And finding money in the budget for the most important piece, the dance team.
Yeah, they got knee pads.
Yo, listen, man. When they do the investigation into the money laundering in the NYPD,
they got bandanas on.
All they got to do is start right here with this video to investigate money laundering in the NYPD.
Yo, having knee pads to slowly put your knees on the floor for 1 second.
No, having the bandanas, the black bandanas,
crazy,
representing the NYPD dance team
gang.
Who?
I mean, how do you argue defund the police when you have money for this? How do you argue? Public libraries are about to be extinct.
Yo. And what is this for? Like, what do they do?
For morale.
Yeah, I don't know what the promotional tool is.
Because those are not cops.
Is this like when they're...
You got to make it more relatable.
It's like when a white cop accidentally shoots an unarmed black guy. They pull up and they start hitting choreo as they wheel the body away.
Well, usually...
Like when they show up to victims funerals of police brutality and
Yeah, you've been to the church when they have the people dance? What's that shit called at black churches?
Praise worship?
Yeah, the praise dance. Yeah, this is praise dance for unarmed black youth being shot.
Okay.
This is praise dance for stop and frisk.
Yeah, it's not an insult. It's an honor.
Yeah.
But
the knee pads are when you have to stop and frisk and just get lower to where, they keep the money in.
Because they keep the crack in their shoes.
Yeah.
But Ma, those are actual NYPD officers.
Those are for sure cops.
They're actual officers.
They look well. They need to fuck dance. They need to get in the gym.
Have you not seen most of the NYPD officers lately? They're all out of shape.
Jim is dancing.
Why don't they need to get in the gym?
You know what's crazy?
Why do they? Because
they probably got paid overtime.
Down on the floor in a dance choreography. You got to be in shape to be a police officer. You should.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Well, you should be.
I agree with you, but you don't.
So if a motherfucker run on you, you don't just shoot him in his back because your fat ass can't run.
That's my biggest problem with the right when they want to fat shame, because I agree with them. We should fat shame, but they never fat shame the police. That's who we should be fat shaming the most. You got to be in fucking shape.
Yeah.
They got overtime for this for sure.
Yep.
I'm positive they got overtime.
Why is everyone on the dance troupe a woman? I think this is sexist and it's singling out men.
You think Back the Blue is also going to support male dancers?
Because Rafi DeLuza from Staten Island was not doing hip hop dance. That's why.
That name is sick.
Guarantee you that's the name of an NYPD officer.
Look at Maul.
This is what's happening.
Maul is disgusting.
Because
if you're on YouTube, please watch.
But thank God we're shutting down schools for the immigrants and giving them debit cards.
I cannot wait until they investigate the NYPD.
Eric Adams is already at this point. Now he's just making a show.
You think he took them to Little Sister afterwards, and then they had a table and the
Little Sister? I mean, not judging their looks, they would wait in line.
Not with these moves. It looks like a High School Musical.
This looks like a fucking accident. This is what it looks like. This is terrible, man.
This wouldn't even get sympathy claps at like a high school basketball game, where it's like, oh, they tried.
If
Like,
they would have came
in
on there and
between.
fucked it, I'd be like, oh, okay. Like, y'all
Fucked
did
it.
that. Like, oh, sorry, that's Syracuse language, but like, fucked it up.
Oh, I'm about to be like, what? Wait.
If they just start fucking.
No, fucked it. It means fucked
That's
it
what
up.
I was about
Sorry.
to say.
That'd
Like,
be a
yo,
fetish.
if they came on there and started fucking, I was like, nah, we don't want to see them fuck.
You know what I think would have probably helped out the dance routine? It might have been the footwear.
Mm.
Had they had the Trump sneakers on,
Mm.
and you know Eric Adams is putting up the money to afford what they go for? $9K?
Yeah, at auction.
Yo, I'm looking for those so bad.
The
man.
January 6s.
Oh, I need those. I need those January 6s, man.
Those are some ugly
These are
ass
some of the
shoes.
ugliest fucking shoes.
I need those, man.
No, you don't. You don't need them.
No, I need those. I'm telling you, I
Ric
need
Flair.
those.
No, we all need healthcare. We don't need-
No, those, I need those in my closet.
You will wear them?
What would you pair that?
Hell no, I wouldn't wear those. I just need them.
You put them next to the Marty
next to the
McFlys?
mags.
I
Right
put
next
them
to the
probably
mags.
next to the mags. The magas. Those are the magas next to next.
I hate that actually makes sense.
I gotta put my magas next to the mags, man.
Well,
you know that.
Trump was selling these. Well, this auction happened in Philadelphia at a sneaker con, and he was obviously the feature of the weekend. But TrumpSneakers.com. He had a website where he was pushing these dumb fucking shoes, and obviously they sold out. But I guess as he took the stage, there was a mix of boos and obviously supporters. So this was his return to public facing.
And he came out to what? Carnival by Kanye Ty? Right, I believe?
No, he did.
No, he did not.
I swear to God, he came out to a Kanye West song.
Somebody edited that, man.
No.
I'm not believing. Y'all gonna have to stop this.
No,
thing.
he walked up on the stage with
Bro.
a Kanye West song. Yes,
No,
he did.
No, he did.
It was not edited.
No, he did not.
I wouldn't be, if he was at sneaker.
Did they sound design it so it sounded like it was really in the fucking?
I believe that before I believe that Trump walked
It's
out
not
to a Kanye.
real.
I know it's
God
not
damn
real.
it.
What is Rory talking about?
Wait, Kanye's a supporter of Trump, has met him a million times. Why would that be weird?
Here's the edited version.
Why would Trump walking out to a new
At
Kanye record?
SneakerCon, why would that be weird?
That would be very weird.
So Kanye actually posted it, but this was not what they were playing.
I knew that's not what they were playing. You ain't got to say that. Like, are you kidding me?
You don't think Trump playing Kanye West after he's been taken off Apple would be something Trump would do at a rally?
No.
I don't think that's far. He's selling gold sneakers and you wouldn't play Kanye West?
No, he wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. I think what you're saying is way further than he would go.
He had him in the Oval Office,
Yeah, but he's not playing.
standing on top of his desk.
He's not playing his new record coming out to a rally for his sneakers, though.
Doesn't Louboutin own the patent on the red bottoms? Can he get sued for that?
No.
Just because
Having
they're
red at the bottom of a sneaker? No.
Pretty sure Louboutin owns that.
Jordan has sneakers with
You can
red
go to
at the
Foot
bottom.
Locker right now and find a sneaker that has red at the bottom of it.
No, you can't.
Julian, what the fuck are you talking about today? You just spewing out random shit in your brain.
All right. They have a patent on it. It might be it might only apply to certain brands.
Like on a
certain
heel,
companies.
maybe.
But I know that they own some sort of patent to it.
I sent you another version, more of like the sporty workout version. You have those as well?
Oh yeah, were those real, or was this the only shoe that he was selling? These
Sure
ones,
I don't know.
He was selling.
because these don't.
These were kind of hard. These remind me of those Steph Under Armour ones that I played ball in that were actually pretty effective.
The gold tee on the side is sick.
Yeah, those are kind of fire. I don't know.
Those are fake, though.
Yeah, they are.
He should produce them because those are good gym sneakers. And you know MAGA loves the gym.
Yeah. Come on, man. You never seen a MAGA supporter not in the gym? Kidding me?
Doing reps for T.
When
I'm mad I couldn't get those, though.
Maul, if you would have spent $9K on some Trump sneakers,
No, that's just how much they went for at the auction. It wasn't going for $9K on the site.
I think they were retailing for $399.
Yeah.
I could see as an investment, even paying $9K for them, you're probably going to get your money back and a profit.
Mhm.
Trump might buy them back.
I'm going to get those, man. I don't know how, but I'm going to get the MAGAs. Definitely getting the MAGAs. Terrible fucking shoe, but you just got to have it. That's Trump, man. You got to have a president sneaker. Are you kidding me?
Do you have Michael Johnson's spikes from '96? They're the same.
No, Michael Johnson wasn't a fucking president.
Mm.
Are there any other
Didn't think of
sneakers
it that
that you
way.
have in your that you have? Rory's so funny. That you have in your collection that you bought just to like have for the collection, but you don't wear? Or
Not
that you'll
many.
never wear?
I wear my sneakers. I don't have many sneakers that I haven't worn. If I didn't wear sneakers that I have, it's just because I just haven't worn them yet. But it's not because I'm like, yo, I'm never wearing these. If I buy sneakers, I'm wearing them.
Can you think of an occasion you would wear the T45s?
Nah, I would never wear an all gold shoe like that.
Maybe his inauguration.
Mm.
No,
You wouldn't want to scuff them? Oh, yeah, because when you guys storm again,
Yeah.
they could get fucked up. People
Yeah.
gonna step on them.
I would just wear them like when watch his inauguration speech in the house or something like that. Put them on.
Yo, what?
And then
Take the photo just for the IG story.
Yeah, and then as soon as the speech is over, take them off, put them back in the box.
Yeah.
What fitted would you match with those?
That's a nasty gold sneaker, man. They look like wrestling boots.
They do. They look like Ric Flair's. Yeah.
What made Donald Trump want to do this though?
Why
good
not?
promotion.
Yeah.
No, I'm not mad at it that he did it, but it's like
It's better than Biden posting that fucking photo after the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Of trying to be relatable. to
anything
the youth.
Trump does is better than Biden. But this sneaker though, like what who on this team was like, yo, sneaker con, we need your own shoe. Because obviously Trump doesn't need the money. Like, but it's like, why would he create this shoe though?
Attention. We're talking about it now. Is at SneakerCon. It's for a younger demo. Like
And who did
sneaker
he
culture.
design
It's
this?
a good move. Like
You should have
even if I don't like the guy, this is a good move.
I've seen this patent, this shoe. This is like a creative rec sneaker or one of those type of designer sneakers that are kind of like that nobody wears anymore.
Mhm.
And they just put the T on the side.
Yeah, I could see Chanel making those 10 years.
But that's not a Jordan 1 silhouette though. That's
no,
definitely
of course.
not.
Wait, who
God,
thought it
no.
was?
No, I'm just saying that's not because it's supposed to mimic that,
Yeah,
but it's
sort of,
not.
but-
It's not that. That's like a creative rec or one of those weird off-brand sneakers.
while we're in politics and media, has anyone been keeping up with Jon Stewart being back on The Daily Show?
I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen amazing reviews, and I'm excited.
He's got
to
some
watch.
stuff under his belt so far. I like the approach that they're taking. Not to say that Jon Stewart was completely left when he was on The Daily Show, but it leaned left. Let's be honest with each other. He's shitting on both sides. I think it's great. So far, I think he's been smoking everything he should be doing.
Mm.
He's killing Trump. He's killing Biden. It's funny. It's good writing. It's good delivery. So far, so good.
I haven't caught an episode yet. I watched an episode with Bill Maher. He had Van Jones on last week. I did see that episode only because I was in the room and it was only two HBO channels. That was it.
Van Jones was on Bill Maher's show?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That was just a
Awful
pretend
conversation.
off.
Yeah.
Who could out pretentious each other?
I smoke weed. It's all fucking Bill. It's all Bill says.
I mean, it was cool though. It's
But
good
the
to see.
Muslims.
Yeah.
Religion is gay. That's all. Like it's all Bill.
Can we get new rule? Can we get serious?
Yeah. New rule: if you don't smoke weed, you're gay. That's all he says.
How much money did Van Jones get from
From Trump?
from Bezos?
Oh, from Bezos. Oh, the show never came out. It was like 30 million or some shit.
He gave him a crazy, right? And then Van just kind of like disappeared after that.
I remember you and I were at Made in America when we were doing all those interviews. I think was when it dropped. And we were like, all right, it's been a couple months. Like, when is he going to put the show out that he got all this money for?
Uncommon Ground was the name of the show.
No, but how much money did he get though? How much money did Bezos give him? It was like just a gift. Like he just gave it to him.
Yeah, it was a 501(c) charity write-off.
That's sick.
I was exaggerating with 30 million, but it was something fucking insane.
I want to say it was more than that.
And Jones.
I want to say it was like 100 million.
I think it. I want to lean with what Ma said.
I'm saying 100 million.
Receiving 100 million from Amazon founder Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
That's not crazy.
So we can confirm.
He got 100 million. We
got
ain't
the
seen him
money?
since. He got 100 million to go on Bill Maher 5 years later.
Yeah, gave him 100 million each. Him and the other guy.
Jose Andreas, the chef, world famous chef.
How do you get on those lists?
To just get 100
That's,
million?
the PR list you want to be on?
No, just like I have to funnel money somehow and let me put it into somebody that's forward facing. Like, how do you get to that world? You
Yeah.
have to be in the political space, obviously, but
Yeah, I know Jose in particular, at least from what I know of him, is very close with the. He's in the Clinton camp, very
Oh
heavily.
shit! There we go. So all you
Mhm.
got to do is start
There you go.
digging just a little bit, just a little dig. You'll find it.
And I mean, if the Pentagon will ever pass an audit, we can find out if they were really giving Jon Stewart all that money they said they were.
Yeah,
That's a
but-
big conspiracy.
Yeah, but you don't want to dig. See, you now you.
No, I would like the
doing
Pentagon
too much.
to pass one audit in their existence. Just one.
Hmm.
Quickly, I like that new Glorilla song. I know we've been shitting on some of her music lately when she was doing that AI generated data spit out of whatever a record should be right now when she had the Nas Uchiwali shit. That Glow record is really good.
Yeah, Rory.
I mean, it's another obvious flip, but I like the way she did it. And don't say Rory, because that's not how the lyrics go.
Yeah, Mo. Every next time y'all start cooking in an episode, I'm gonna just scream that out.
Please don't.
But wanted to lead with love on that because we were talking off mic. I completely disagree with her post with Dame Lillard.
She posted a picture with Dame and she said the caption was, "Who nigga this is? Because I want him." And
Which is funny.
It's super funny.
I mean,
and on brand to her and funny. Like, I get it.
I get it. It's funny. But you know, we can see how Dame's wife may have took some, you know, some kind of like disrespect to that though. Because she did ended up deleting the picture.
Ooh, did you see the second tweet she said?
No.
Whoever she is can't whoop me, so I really don't give a fuck.
Okay, she dragged it.
So did Dame's wife say something? Is that?
Well, we'll never know.
No, people
but
probably was like, yo, he's married, and whatever.
And to me, knowing your platform, and even though she does do a lot of the silly social media stuff, which I think is good, we know Dame is Dame and you are Glow.
Mm-hmm.
Two big platforms. Dame is one of the biggest basketball players ever.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just say that and not double check to see if he's married. It's disrespectful because also Glorilla didn't Glorilla put up some tweet about dudes cheating and she was gonna snitch if dudes were cheating. Like she was like, "I'm gonna leak your DMs."
Yeah,
find that. Yeah.
Well, that's probably why nobody's DMing.
Of course, I know women are hypocrites, but I'm here to point it out. You can't put up those tweets of any dude that's in my DMs. I'm gonna tell your girl, but then not double check to see that this guy who's been publicly married for quite some time to put that up.
Yeah.
Well, she said
now you're living, in women reality. Which is, you can do whatever the fuck you want, but everyone else can't do anything else.
Exactly.
He's been married since 2021, by the way.
What does that change? Yes, he tried to defend it.
I'm not saying anything. I just feel like if an entertainer, but that's just me. If an entertainer says something like that about my husband, either I'm going to respond like, "Mine, sis, what's up?" Like on some funny shit, or I'm not going to make you take that down. I feel like making you take that down or saying anything about it makes you come off more insecure. And I don't know that she did that, so I'm not putting that on his wife because we don't know what happened.
I think Glow knew she was wrong and took it down.
But is that wrong? I just feel like as an entertainer, is that really wrong? I don't know.
I think that I get what you're saying. It could, because it could be just a fun caption, like just Glow talking
It's
shit.
just Glow being Glow, yeah.
But at the same time, if Dame hit you like, yo, wifey kind of like took some exception to that, can you delete that?
Well then yeah, of course she should definitely take it down, but I'm saying that shouldn't be a conversation because
what if I'm Dame and just took a picture at All-Star Weekend like I did with 1,000 fucking people and not knowing you're about to caption this and now my household is in disarray when I was minding my business?
Why is your household in disarray over that?
Because a female rapper, a female artist that you took a picture with captioned it, "Who nigga this is? Because I want him.
Yeah,
I like shit and I want shit."
To America's point, he probably spent that whole
That's
weekend.
what she said. Glorilla said, "I like shit and I want you."
You probably spent that whole weekend taking photos of artists. But your next conversation point isn't, okay, so what are you going to caption this? Like, he took the photo with probably 100 people.
No, I'm not saying he should have asked her what the caption is. It's just like, what the fuck? We just took a photo and now this is what you decide to caption it with? You would feel a way too.
Hip hop going soft, man.
It's going soft.
It's going soft. Like
It's not hip hop going soft. It's not hip hop going soft. It's just Dame probably, it's just the comments, just the shit went just another way that Glow probably didn't intend for it to go. Like, all right, y'all really think that I'm trying to take him? Like,
unless I feel like my husband a cheater or I'm worried about.
Not you. It don't have to be the wife.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be the wife feeling away. It's just.
Well, y'all said the household was in disarray, so that's what I'm.
Who said that?
No, what I'm saying is, if in this hypothetical scenario, if the household
if it caused turmoil in your house, yeah, then it's like because you don't want to cause that.
That should never be in disarray unless you have doubts about your husband. Your household should never be in disarray.
Nah, but you know how this new shit is. You know how social media can influence real life and shit in the home. Like, you know that.
First of all, I can trust my partner through and through, but still feel like somebody disrespected me based off an action they did that didn't have to do with my partner, but involved my partner. Like, if some dude puts their arm around my girl and is like, yo, I'm gonna fuck her, I don't think that my girl is gonna fuck him, but he said that.
Yeah.
Now you're disrespecting me. You can't see that even if you trust your partner, you can still feel disrespected by how the other person was moving?
Yes, but not when it's an entertainer who is not really trying to fuck Dame Lillard.
How do
you know that?
You don't know what Glow trying to do?
I believe Glow's rhymes.
Yeah, I think she live her raps.
Yeah, I think she's telling the truth. She's signed to Yo Gotti. I believe her.
I think she live her raps. I think she definitely live her raps.
I can't blame anybody for being upset. I'm just saying I would laugh at that. Like, I would giggle like, look at Glow being stupid, show my man, and that would be it. Like, it wouldn't.
Nah, but see, all right, so now if you was an entertainer and Dame Lillard took a picture with you,
Well, I want to know who he was gonna say.
like just to say, or any basketball player, or
Dame's cute. He can say Dame.
okay, so Dame Lillard, right?
Respectfully to wifey.
He say, "Yo, listen, who girl this is? Because I want her." You don't think that if you go home and your man sees that? First of all, he just watched the game. He just watched this nigga win
I'm
MVP.
not an entertainer.
Are you listening to
You
me? Or are you
entertainer?
high? I said, if you are an entertainer,
You're in the middle of
if you are an entertainer,
Okay, if I am an entertainer, then my man should not be coming to me about what another entertainer said in a picture.
what?
Come on, no.
Bro, if we're everything, because she posted it, the caption, all of that is for entertainment. She didn't send it to a group chat.
Yeah,
and
but
say,
sometimes,
"Yo,
but
put me
we've seen where people have put tweets out like, "Yo, who's this? I want them," and then 2 weeks later, guess who they with?
Well, shit. If
Matter of
that's the
fact,
case, then you were gonna
somebody
leave
from her
regardless.
label made a whole song called Down in the DMs and is now with the girl he was talking about 10 years ago.
Listen,
Smart.
if you could take them,
a long rollout.
you
Word.
could have them.
Shout out to Gotti, it worked.
I mean, I'm with you on that. If you could take them, you
if
can have them.
take 'em,
But
you can have them.
you're not gonna act like you would just be like go in the house and your man's like, "Yo, what's up with Dame? Why he posting you and him in that picture?" And he captioned that. Like,
And early last year,
and you gonna tell him like, "Oh well, listen, if you don't like it, you can leave." Like, you're not gonna tell your man that.
I feel like it's a little. Y'all gonna kill me, but I feel like it would be a little. It's a little different with
See,
men and
Okay.
there we go. See,
It's a little.
different.
It is a little
There you
different.
go.
It is a
I'm with
little
those
different.
It's always a little
Hypocrite.
different until it's time to pay the fucking bills around here, though.
But also,
Then it ain't a little different.
respectfully, as
Then that's just the man's job, right?
You right?
I'm great. I'm just saying, but it's always a little different when it's come to shit like this.
it's clear as day.
I
when
just
the
feel
bill's
like
quiet
if Glow
now.
really wanted. I feel like with women, period. And usually, like, that's just the way they are because women are a little bit more sneaky. If Glow really wanted that nigga, she would have never posted it. Not
See,
posting.
now you talking about something else.
we talking about
Yeah,
respect
now
level, not even
now
that
you
other
talking about
shit.
something else.
It's Dame Lillard. We're not talking about some random guy from the bench that she actually thought was cute and spotted out. It's Dame Lillard.
holding
She just took a
MVP
pic-
You have to respect
She
his
just took-
celebrity and his platform.
She just took a picture with the All-Star Game MVP.
He's holding the trophy.
He's one of the greatest of this era. Like, period.
Like,
he hit 2 50-footers in
Yeah,
like 10 minutes
like-
ago.
are you kidding me? Like, she knew what she was doing with this
I just think
picture
she was
and that post.
Okay, I can understand why somebody would decipher it as disrespectful.
This is the one time that I fully believe women when they say that bitch knew what she was doing.
Yeah, she knew
And
she
that's what
was doing.
Dame's wife, I'm sure, said.
She knew why she
This
took the
bitch
picture.
knew what she was doing.
She knew exactly why she took the picture. She knew exactly who he was.
I think
Like-
Dame's facial expression, this says a lot.
Dame raps, so she probably,
I
you know what I'm
think-
saying? Like,
He knew.
I
He
think
knew how
Dame
to
just
look.
took a photo
Maybe they
on the
gotta-
right and then moved to the left and was like,
He knew how to look.
Maybe they have a song coming out.
Well, I was going to say earlier, he freestyled over Tomorrow too at the beginning of last year, and it was one of his like most successful freestyles. So he's tapped in.
okay.
Call back.
So you don't think
Callback.
that's
Tomorrow
hilarious.
3 coming up.
You don't think that Glow knew that?
Day after next.
Yeah, the day.
And now all of a sudden it's like, is he married? Come on.
Yeah.
You're proving our point more.
I
They
mean,
do have some type of history.
like I said, I can understand why somebody would decipher it as being disrespectful, and I don't blame anybody for wanting it down. I'm just saying, me personally, I would have thought it was cute, and I wouldn't have cared. But that's if I'm secure in my marriage. I wouldn't have given a fuck.
Do you think Dame,
The follow-up tweet is crazy though. I don't give a fuck who she is because she can't whoop me. Because now that is where I
Yeah, that's wild.
That's disrespectful as
but
fuck.
what if you can't beat Glorilla though?
You don't have to say that if Glorilla thinks somebody can't beat her.
She ain't have to say she want that nigga either.
points were made?
Sure.
So fuck
People
it. She
say
already
that about
saying
method
shit.
man, wife
She
all the
already
time.
saying shit she shouldn't be saying. So fuck it. Go all the way with it now.
That's an ongoing joke, like on socials about Method Man's wife. They be like, yo, every time like he comes up on the screen or he's at an award show, people always like, yo, can his wife like fight? All the time. They don't know it's disrespectful.
Nah. Mess wife definitely had Wendy Williams shook at one point. So if like you know the history,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna get into it because it's, a little foul, but yeah. Wendy was shaking in her boots. She was Statue of Liberty for a while.
That, you know what? That was fucked up, bro.
Okay, she also exposed that Method Man's wife had cancer, so Wendy Williams can get whatever smoke she fucking wants. Yes, she was Statue of Liberty the whole time around Method Man's wife. She wasn't going anywhere near a fucking ferry. Anyways.
Get your shit off.
Damn, Rory.
I was joking.
Y'all like
No, I just don't like, now all of a sudden Wendy Williams passing out is off limits when she's exposed everyone's secrets that isn't even in the industry. Like, Method Man's wife is minding her business, didn't want the world to know she had cancer, and here comes Wendy Williams like, she has cancer. Like, that's foul shit. But anyways, do you think Dame brought up KD's last verse that he put out over All-Star Weekend? Because Dame can rap.
Do I think Dame brought it up to who?
To KD, like, at practice.
Oh, I'm sure they talked about it.
Practice.
How about the KD with Stolly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Talk about it. Yeah.
I wasn't mad at KD's verse, but Dame raps.
They're just calling KD Electronica.
Yeah, he definitely had that
really
flow.
funny.
He took J-Elect flow in that.
Kevin Electronica.
He did. But it wasn't too bad.
No, it wasn't bad. It was good.
I actually was pleasantly surprised that it wasn't as awful as I thought it was going to be.
So it was awful, just not as awful as you thought it was going to be.
Well, whenever you hear like
No, it
real
wasn't.
rappers, like real NBA players, like KD is like one of the best players ever. So whenever somebody like if you like the 12th nigga on the bench and they be like, yo, so son rap, you probably like, oh, all right, like,
Yeah.
because you ain't really playing much. So it's like you got to have another hobby. KD is like, KD is like one of the greatest players to ever pick up a basketball.
You could have a setup in the hotel. Like,
Yeah,
away
like-
games you're not playing at.
Yeah, but KD's one of the best basketball players ever. Now, if he's rapping, you like, all right, but how it sound though? Because like this nigga ain't got too much time to be writing rhymes. Like this nigga really
You
play
can't be
ball
that
for real.
good at that many things.
Yeah, like come on, like we've heard the best basketball. Like Shaq is probably the best rapper basketball player ever.
I think
No.
I would say Dame.
Dame is. Dame can rap.
I mean, no, well,
Dame has
You're talking about
Shaq did that
commercial
entire-
successful?
Shaq has had more success. He's the most
Okay.
successful
sure. Okay.
basketball player, rapper. He has
Well,
multiple
Will
championships.
Smith was
like,
I was
shooting
literally
hoops.
just about to say
no,
Fresh
come on,
Prince.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but he never made
Like
them yet.
like Shaq is the guy. Shaq won championships. He
Yeah.
got like platinum plaques. Like
Yeah.
he's the guy. Now skill
Rhyme
level,
basketballums with tallums.
right?
Yeah.
Skill level, Dame is probably
Good bar.
better than Shaq. But I didn't expect KD to sound. He really sounded. He got off on this though. He didn't sound bad at all.
The lyrics are great, and I'm not mad at the flow at all. I think it's because his voice is so recognizable that's what fucked me up.
Yeah.
If someone else that I hadn't known was one of the greatest basketball players of all time, I would have given it more props. Sometimes if you recognize someone's voice too much, it takes away from their raps and their delivery. I know your voice is something else, and now you just started rapping. And I know he's been rapping since high school.
Yeah.
I wasn't like keeping up with his mixtapes when he was in DC in 16.
Mm-hmm.
Dame's the only one that I think is surpassed where I could just throw on a Dame album and not connect the two. Dame is just a good rapper that makes good music.
I just can't. Even as good as Dame is, I just can't like. It's like nigga, you nice though. Like you play ball, nigga. Like put this mic down. What do you do? It's still gonna always be that. Like this could always be a passion. And Dame has made some dope records, put out dope projects. But I really wasn't expecting KD to sound this cool.
That's
on,
not his name. His
Dame
name is
Dollar?
not-
Yeah.
That's his rap name.
Yeah,
You didn't
Dame
know that?
Dollar. Why you hating on Dollar?
I'm
See?
not hating.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You hating on Dame
That's
Dollar.
his
Don't do
MF
that.
Doom, to
Don Dollar Life Lately edition. That was his release last year.
which isn't bad.
Got Lil Wayne.
No, Dame put out some good projects.
Wayne's on it.
I'd like to hear more from KD in the offseason.
Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah, I want to hear more from KD now. Like now I want to hear KD put together like some songs like by himself.
Send him some beats, right?
I feel like KD's, because I know he's such a
Uh-huh.
like real hip hop Griselda type fan, he's
Mhm.
gonna want shit with no drums.
Falling pianos. For sure.
KD is gonna want no drums throughout the entire thing. And like
no drums. Why do y'all say that that's the Griselda sound, no drums?
it was for a long time. Don't deny it.
No drums?
They have drums now.
But that,
You can't say a
that
kick-
piano loop.
You can't just have a piano loop and a great sample and one kick and say that they have drums. It was great music.
Yeah.
They just had to evolve back into drums.
Yo, I like that new Flo Milli record. Is it? I don't know if it's new or not, but I heard a Flo
He's
Milli
speeding
song.
on race while his hand on my coochie. He touching a million.
Yeah, that song is all right. I like that record right there.
Where was you getting off to that?
I saw it on somebody's Instagram. But I didn't know whose song it was. And then I looked at the video and I was like, oh no, this song is all right.
Okay. I mean,
Lose Me. Yeah, Flo Milli. That shit is all right. I
Never
like that
Lose
record.
Me.
yeah, I like Flo Milli a lot. Did you see the Roots Picnic lineup?
I did.
And I didn't really want to talk about festival shit because I always come in here and shit on festivals now. I have to give positive vibes where positive vibes are due. This is a great fucking lineup.
They're really
This is an
evolving.
incredible fucking lineup.
I said that to Rory like, yo. look.
Lovers and Friends, of course, is amazing. Other than that, it's been fucking awful for the past year and a half. Roots continues to deliver.
Mm-hmm.
Every single year, the lineups are insane. Jill Scott, Lil Wayne in the Roots with PJ Morton. That's going to be crazy. Nas, Gunna, Victoria Monet. Black Thought with Method Man and Redman. For those that don't know, Black Thought, they're going to create a mixtape live where he's just going to rap on all the Method Man and Redman shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just put new verses on it.
Mm-hmm.
Fantasia and Money Long together for the legacy shit. Scarface. Like this is
Scarface,
insane.
A-Marie,
I was
Backyard
gonna say, don't
Band.
skip over Amory.
I can't to the cameras.
Okay, yeah.
Well, that's the Ball Alert the Go-Go Backyard Band.
Mhm.
So you know what that A-Marie record is going to do with that band.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a go-go record.
Exactly. That shit's going to be crazy. Sexy Red, Babyface, Gilly Wallow.
You can see 3 Stacks play the flute.
Which is crazy.
100,000, New Blue Sun Live,
Robert Glasper. with
Robert
Yebba,
Glasper and Yebba. That's what made me send it to Rory.
Black
Tyler.
Odyssey.
Like, yeah, this
Tyler. Oof.
is great.
Cameron is great.
Juan Epstein,
Mm-hmm.
OGs of podcasting. That'll be a great stage. Yeah, they continue to deliver every single year. So I'll be there like I am every year.
We had a good time last year.
Yeah, we had a really good time.
That was fun.
I mean, we were pretty arrogant in how we just pulled up straight to a stage when we weren't performing, but we'll figure it out this year.
Rory just drove. We pulled up to the gate. They're like, yeah, like, where's your pass to park? Rory's like, no, I'm good. He got on like his TSA shit. He was like, I'm good. And
No, he does that. He does
just
that everywhere.
Veered around the barricade and then just pulled up in the.
Yeah, because my Mazda can outrun your little golf cart. You can't take those hills in Philly the way my Mazda can.
Yo, Rory, when he get on his shit at festivals, when you don't let him through a gate,
Oh,
yo, you got to see Rory when they don't let him through a gate.
Oh, we're
He get
both
on that
arrogant.
phone.
I'm like that too, though, at a festival.
Yeah, because y'all both Karens. That's why.
So
Rory be
Aaron
like,
and
wait, hold on.
Katie.
When Rory get like this, both hands on the phone,
With the cross shoulder.
I don't know who he texted, but somebody great to show up with a
it's
laminate.
because it doesn't happen very often. That's why.
I don't know who he texted.
My dad, the
But
judge, is going to show up. and say,
Somebody's
I
on the
own
way-
this.
Somebody's on the way with a laminate immediately.
Yeah, lanyard and a wristband.
But that didn't happen to us at all at Roots. We were fine for the most part.
Well, they questioned you about where you decided to park because that wasn't a parking spot.
Yeah, and then we pulled into the real lot.
And then, well, they said, they're like, this is for a certain level of, and you were like, I'm here because I am that person. And they were like, no, you're not. And then, yeah, we were.
And then who came and
I'm here because I am that person. No, you're not. Get you and your car the fuck out of here. You're not that person. Get the fuck out of here.
but that lasted all 5 minutes, and then somebody came and was like, yo, you can park in this lot,
Yeah.
which was even closer to the stage.
But we did pull up with no nothing. And just, it worked.
Yo, that is hilarious, man.
Yeah.
I love seeing shit like that with Rory, though. Because I really don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just like, man, wherever the fuck we need to stand, cool. I just want to hear the show. Rory, though, you can't tell him he can't stand somewhere. He's getting on the phone, 2 hands, and a lanyard, a credential. Something is on the way.
We ended
over
up, we did
complimentary
end up,
Something is on the way.
We did end up on stage for Usher's performance, which was insane. And they were really on like keeping that space limited with very few people. And somehow we both like kind of hovered and kicked it.
Am I not
It was
allowed
great.
to enjoy the fruits of my labor?
At a festival that you weren't invited to?
No, I wasn't. First of all, we had legit. I didn't just fucking pull a car up and told a cop, yo, was good. And I legitimately had passes for us.
We
Oh,
just didn't
so
have them on us.
Yeah, like-
we had to
Oh.
go.
No. The finesse,
that's different.
the finesse came because I didn't want to park. We didn't have parking passes. We could have parked like where everyone parked and then walked super
the
far to
bottom
go
of the
get
hill.
our legit passes. I was trying to park in the backstage parking lot so we could just pull out
When
at
it's
the end
over.
of the night.
Oh, yeah. No,
No, that's just what my Pops taught me about finessing.
Yeah,
we had real passes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you didn't have
No,
no
I didn't
real
just show up to the Roots picnic like, yo, it's me.
I see that. So that's what I'm saying. That's where.
This is whole.
Yeah, that's where I'm thinking you.
I'm arrogant. I'm not that fucking arrogant.
Okay, so then that makes all the difference. Then no, you pulled the move that you were supposed to.
Yo, it's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Then you were all good.
That was just my dad teaching me we buy bleacher tickets, but we're going to be in the front row.
Absolutely. Oh,
We're
gonna be
allowed in the
third
building.
base. We're gonna be on the third baseline. Don't you worry about it. We're just in the building. We're gonna get down there.
Yeah, and Roots picnic, that's a far walk.
Yeah.
And when you park,
that's a hell of a walk.
The regular shit.
It does look like a great lineup, though. I'm not sure if I'll go, but it does look like a really good lineup. I might want to see.
Come down this year.
I might want to see Andre 3000 live though, just because it's 3,000.
Is he?
Are they doing it?
Yeah.
Are they doing it at the actual festival? Because last year Chappelle was like in the arena at night or some shit.
Nah, he'll probably be there. He'll probably be at the park.
And it's still at Fairmount Park, though. Yeah, it doesn't specify if Andre will be on those grounds or at a different venue.
I mean, you'd imagine he'd be main stage, but that's a very big stage. Like, I just want to watch people watch Andre 3000 play a flute on a festival size
after Nas,
just
Yeah.
watching a flute.
Pretend like they care.
And the Roots crowd. They think they're pretentious and understand every type of music. They're going to sit there like, this is the greatest thing.
They got to let Quest go up there and like drop a drum rhythm or something. Just do something in the back.
You got Andre 3000 fucked up.
I'm sure.
If you're not supposed to be on this stage, you ain't going to be on this stage.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not, as much as I am a hipster and pretentious, I think it's cool he's on the lineup. I don't want to see Andre 3000 play a flute on a festival stage.
I'll catch him backstage.
You want to run into him in Soho, which you've been begging for the past 10 years, but
True.
you don't want to watch him play a flute?
Yes.
I would watch him play a flute at like the Blue Note or even one of the smaller stages at Roots. Like, I'd sit on a blanket and watch that you've been to Roots Picnic.
Yeah.
You know how big that stage is?
Yeah.
With a bunch of people just standing there staring at someone play the flute? No, I'm cool.
I mean, it's
I don't
music.
feel like
It's going to be a band.
I think there's going to be a band, yeah.
It ain't going to just be him with a flute.
There's some, but have you listened to the album? It's not much. Yeah, you'll have some strings and some keys. It doesn't really get in its bag.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
I
have faith.
How long was set? One song?
No.
You want a 45 minute set?
I'm not saying, I don't know. Yeah, why not? 45 minutes of Andre just playing whatever music he just put out? Yeah, I would watch that.
I'm going to go get a
Why
drink.
not?
But
Roles have reversed. I thought I would be the one trying to defend that shit. I don't really care to see that.
No, I definitely want to see Andre 3000 perform.
I think it's going to be special. I think I think he'll add some different elements into it. He is on a
I think so.
stage.
I think so.
Money
I think it'll
Long,
be worth it.
Money Long might have a classic on her hands, by the way, with that damn song. I haven't had a song stuck in my head like that for a long time.
What is it? Nobody?
Nobody.
Oh, yeah, it's a good record. It's a really good song.
Stuck. Shout out to B. Cox and Jermaine Dupri. Stuck in my phone.
Yeah, that is a really good song. I don't know about classic yet, but
I think it's on its way. Oh, speaking of which, I have a contender for songs that might get played in the club that came out after 2020.
Okay.
In 20 years that might get played in the club. I'm not saying it's a classic, but I think it will still get played. Back in Blood by Pooh Shiesty.
Well, that's a good club record.
That was after 2020?
I'm pretty sure. It might have been 2020 on the dot.
I feel like he was locked
21.
up.
21.
Okay.
I was going to say, I was at Atlantic at this time. I remember that was big release.
I can hear that still being played in the club and it's still going on.
So you can see that still
I'm not
being
mad
played.
at that take.
You can still see that being played, but not first person shooter.
Yes, because that's still being played in the club and they don't play first person shooter in the club.
Yeah,
I was going to say, Maul, you were getting killed for that
They
take.
don't play that in the club.
Did they play it at Highlight Room, Julian?
No.
It was R&B night.
Cole's own DJ was there and they didn't play it. It was Cole's DJ that was doing the music.
He played it in the morning.
That's wild. Love that song.
Drake Cole.
Like on the walkout?
No, because he has like, you know how trained.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an amazing DJ.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
I miss the era when the last song they played at the club was Marvin's Room. It's great.
Good time.
You don't want to leave.
It was the perfect like walkout record. Lights come on.
Closing the club is sick. Like think about that. Think about that.
Oh, it's sick, especially in New York. But yeah,
closing the party, like being there when like.
But that was back when we were young though.
No, that's what I'm saying. But just think about it now.
When I was out in LA with Yomi, we were at apartment 200, and it was at getting close to that part. I was like, I'm not staying here when the lights cut on because this crowd is a nasty bunch in here. I'm not trying to be hovering outside. So I dipped. I got the fuck out of there.
Closing a party down.
Like, I'm not doing the close here.
I mean, you did fall asleep at the afties though.
Oh, that was a different night. I did. There's some embarrassing photos of me. I'll share it on Patreon. I was passed out on the couch with a dog for like an hour and a half.
At an after.
My friend's
Whose dog
apartment.
was it?
My
Whose
friend.
dog
It wasn't even my friend's dog. He was dog sitting. But it was like the LA crew of homies, and they were.
Okay, so you knew these people.
Oh yeah, it wasn't a random.
Oh, that's what I'm like. I'm looking like.
You didn't know the dog though.
No, it was a very cute dog.
But it was your friend's dog.
He was dog sitting. It wasn't even his dog
Okay, but it was his dog for the night.
for the night.
So Julian and Yomi and Ro were out here getting young, wild, and reckless in LA.
Bro, like, don't put that out there. Don't put me out there
Rel-
like that.
Rel
Bro,
definitely
like,
did-
nigga, I was editing. Bro, like, I was editing. I don't know what you talking about. I was editing.
Me and the last night, me, Rel, Yomi, Kyle, Dion, Kia, and Amara all went out and got some food. That was a nice calm setting.
Where y'all went?
Kyle swore me to not give the spot up, and I agree with him. It's a secret spot in LA that has probably the best fried chicken taco I've ever tasted in my life. It's like a Soho House vibe, but it's not Soho House.
As pretentious.
Yeah, like you don't need a membership, but it's like first come, first serve on the tables. It's like if you know, you know. It's
Mhm.
what Soho House started at.
Got you.
And yeah,
Okay.
that place was great.
Cool.
But yeah, we were on our low, calm shit.
But
Well,
after you left,
I mean, we
went
left,
out.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd you guys go after?
Apartment 200 was
Oh.
lit.
You kept talking about that spot. Was
Telling
that-
you, man, it's great. Well, it's a Canadian thing. They're expanding. So
Yeah.
the first official one in the States is LA.
I heard you
Dope.
and Rory's gay asses were cuddling watching the Vince Staples show. Like binge watching
All right,
that.
cuddling is a stretch.
They were binge watching the Vince Staples show together, apparently.
In between shooting, yeah, we
episodes are like 20 minutes. Not
We
a
watched
binge
it.
I'm about to
watch.
say the episode is 20. The whole
Yeah.
season is probably like an hour and 10
In
minutes.
total, we were sitting down for an hour.
Yeah. Like,
Well, I mean, we were within cuddle range. We were close.
Y'all were
No, we
knee-to-knee?
weren't. I was.
Y'all were knee-to-knee?
No, it was like where I am in that couch. It was far.
look at Julian's like, no, you were
Like
way
that.
over there.
It was a big
I was
room.
way over here.
I was in. I passed you the phone for a food order, so we were in.
Arms length.
You got
Yes.
up. You stood up to pass the phone.
Nah, that's
You
a
didn't
date.
lay over on the couch.
Was it
and be like,
Wednesday? Was it Wednesday? Was it on Valentine's Day?
No,
oh no, it wasn't. Thankfully, no. It was.
All right.
Thursday. I think it was the
Thursday?
day it came out.
It was either Thursday or
So
Tuesday.
National Side Chicks Day.
Sure.
Okay.
With that said, did you guys watch
I
entire
finished
season?
them.
I did. I watched the entire hour and 10 minutes
Finished it as well.
last night. Pretty good. I think that this is probably like his trailer of what like a real season of the Vince Staples show could be.
Yeah, it was incredibly funny. The perspectives were
I mean, but
incredible.
Vince
it
his
showed
personality
talent.
is, that was never in question.
I think the bigger win of the entire thing is kind of what you're saying. Like Netflix only wanted to take so much of a risk.
Yeah.
And Vince took such a good opportunity and over-delivered on the small bit that they gave him.
They gave him a small window.
He proved himself times 10
Yeah.
with these 5 episodes at 20 minutes a clip.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't give him a bigger budget and actually do season 2 as a real series,
Mm-hmm.
I think Netflix is dropping the ball like you would not believe. Vince over-delivered.
He did.
They gave him an inch, and I think he took a foot pause. It was incredible.
Yo.
Everything about that show was great.
He did a good job. It felt like a lot of different series to me. It felt like a little bit like Issa Rae show,
Insecure.
Insecure, with a little bit of Atlanta, with a little bit of Lil Dicky, pause. It felt like a little mix of all of that, but just with Vince's personality, his sense of humor, obviously playing on a lot of things growing up in his neighborhood, his childhood, things like that. I thought it was dope. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, what I liked that was different about all of those, just despite Atlanta, Dave, and everything, it was Vince's point of view through the entire thing.
Mhm.
Whereas Dave's, yeah, it's his point of view, but it is very much industry. It's hilarious in that regard. Atlanta was all over the place in a great way. You didn't even really find out until the end, spoiler alert, that it was all through Darius's point of view. Like, this is Vince's point of view. And I don't know very many shows, especially in our genre, that are direct points of view from one person. And
Mhm.
Vince, I think, knocked it out of the park with how he did that.
Mm-hmm.
other shows rely on so many other perspectives. That was just Vince's point of view through and through the entire thing.
Yeah.
He's the main character the entire time. It's Vince's POV,
Mm-hmm.
where other shows have to rely on a bunch of different characters. And again, that comes with bigger budgets, but with what Vince did with his opportunity and budget was perfect.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to compare it to Atlanta or Dave or any of those because it's its own thing.
No, it's just definitely its own thing. I'm just saying that it felt like one of those. Like that's how it was. Because all of those to me are great shows.
It's like hyper realism.
Yeah, it's
like they're playing themselves.
They're playing themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
The situations, location.
Mhm.
That's why I kind of felt like Insecure. A lot of things, LA,
Yeah.
or Cali. And then again, just Vince's sense of humor and who he is. It just felt dope. I wished it was a little longer, but I do understand that this is probably the window that Netflix gave him. But again, what he did with it was incredible, and I definitely see them giving him a budget for season 2 for sure.
They definitely should.
What was your favorite episode or scene throughout the entire thing?
My favorite scene probably was when the dude was chasing him, shooting him, with White Boy. That was when Vince changed, and then he went through the drive-thru with his son to get the food, and then Vince had them little shorts on with the shirt just popped up in front of the car. I was like, Vince, how do you keep bumping into this nigga? Like, how many blocks are y'all running around? 3 blocks?
Which was a callback. His fit.
Yeah, it was from a reference to what movie was it? Was it Pulp Fiction? Something like that?
Something.
The Santa Cruz bananas, the shirt that he wore, the exact outfit was a callback to another film.
Yep.
The bank scene is fucking hilarious.
I mean, the Black Business Bank episode 2, where he's just going to bank to try to get a loan and then it gets robbed by his friends.
Yes.
Is it? I mean, to me, that's just a classic 20 minutes through and through.
That was dope.
There's not a missed moment in that entire thing.
Yeah.
That was like exceptional writing through the entire thing.
The ending to that episode too. The guy just
genius.
Yeah.
Relatable now, the family reunion where the mom is dragging his girlfriend throughout the entire thing was like so relatable to the last
who made the mac and cheese.
Few holidays that I've had of just your girl having to deal with your mom and like she's like, no, you're with me now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That shit was great.
Yeah, it was great, man. I enjoyed it.
Did you guys finish Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
No, I haven't. I tried to get into the first episode. I have to sit with it.
I finished it last night. It's really good.
How many episodes is it?
It's only 8.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
longer though. Pause. Then Vince's show, but it's well done, and the ending leaves room for them to rinse and repeat this cycle, however many times they want.
With different people.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good though. I really like that.
I'm gonna start that because you keep talking about that. I got to check that out.
Yeah. Well, highly suggest the Vince Staples Show.
Shout out to Vince. Great job, man.
Did not disappoint. Well worth the wait. I can't say enough about it. But voicemails.
You've got mail.
Yay. Okay, so this isn't a question. It's more of a comment on a conversation we had. Remember we were talking about the difference between policemen and firefighters?
Yes.
People prefer firefighters to policemen. Well, someone called and provided some historical context about why they both suck. And I just wanted to play this with you guys.
Hey, fellas, it's your boy Glitch from Connecticut. I was just listening to episode 242, the Super Bowl episode, and you guys had some quick banter about how firefighters are less racist, or, how Julian said, they don't shoot people. They have less responsibility, and they don't kind of throw their authority around. But I did want you to understand that white cops in the 40s, 50s, 60s, anytime in American history, if there were black people in a burning building, would leave those bodies there hearing the screams. It's just a different kind of shifted racism where it's like you don't have to act. It's like if a cop saw 2 people getting down, they didn't do anything. It's the same thing. It's like, oh, those are black people. I don't do anything when it comes to that. So the firefighters, and you can read tons of stories about it happening in Alabama, they would hear black children screaming in these houses and just say, okay, well, I want to go to lunch, or like, what's going on? So racism exists everywhere. Once you really think about it like that, you're like, oh, this is like, of course, why not? But I just wanted to reach out to you guys and say that. Love the show, love the pod. Keep it up. Take care, guys.
Thank you for reaching out. I fully understand that white people allowed black people to burn back in the day.
Happy Black History Month.
Back in the day, shit.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's still happening
Today too.
Yeah.
Well, he was suggesting at the beginning of the voicemail that
historically.
he was putting dates to it in decades. What I guess I'm more curious.
That's not happening now. No.
What?
You think that firemen are letting black people burn in buildings in 2024?
Maybe in certain parts of the country.
Yeah, I would say I think
Maybe.
I think it's been proven they've been slower to respond or react to calls or like, radio responses because of the neighborhood or the kind of people that they're reporting to. I think the argument I would have made is, hey, look, like police, when they kill people, it's more public facing because it's on camera. We can see them shoot the black person that was holding a book or whatever, a toy car, and we can see it. With firefighters, it's like, okay, those calls are made. They're supposed to go to the scene, but they choose not to. So it's like they're assholes, but you're not seeing them do the thing. They're choosing to just ignore.
I don't even think it's ignore, because if you ignore, that's accounted for, right? I'm sure they have systems to account for that. More just like slower to action. It's like kind of the same thing where it's like, if you call the cops in this neighborhood, the cops are coming in 9.5 seconds. If you call the cops in another neighborhood, they're slower to get there. I'm sure I would not be surprised if that applied to public figure.
That's based off zip code. Because I would say when we were initially making that point and joking around saying that, yeah, firefighters get a better rap, but I was suggesting with Irish being the majority, are just as racist as police officers. They just have less power to harm people.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the FDNY. The ladders are pretty based off the neighborhood. It's not like you're going to get a ladder from an affluent neighborhood in New York City that's going to be late to a call in a poor neighborhood. The ladders are specific.
They're right there in the neighborhood.
Yeah, like
that's what I'm saying.
They're not going to be late to a call. It's their neighborhood.
Like we know the firemen on like one of the blocks I used to be on with my cousins. The firehouse was right next to my cousin's building, literally right next door.
They only have so many blocks to if the ladder is in a poor neighborhood, they don't also have a rich neighborhood for the most part. So they're not going to be slower to one block. In the South, I'm not saying that can't happen, or in certain suburbs, but yeah, I guess I don't fully understand. I agree with what he was saying,
like,
but I didn't really.
It's homes. It's not even a lot of like, you know what I mean? It's not like the same like if you're growing up in the city.
But I feel like in North Carolina or something, one firehouse could also do a rich suburb in a poor area. And if they get a call to a certain area, maybe they'd be slower.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure that I think, of course, that was a thing for a long time, but I don't know now.
I just can't see that happening now.
Did I miss his point?
Now.
No, I mean, I think he was just providing more of like in the terms of history, they've done things that are equally as, harmful towards poorer communities, black people, than like than we thought was actually happening.
Like, I guess if we go into history, and again, we were speaking about FDNY, so that's what I'm going to speak to. Bensonhurst is a historically racist neighborhood. You could even say to this day, to some degree. The few firehouses in Bensonhurst are only serving Bensonhurst. They're not serving Flatbush. Like that's how they work out here. So I'm sure the Bensonhurst firefighters are racist, but it doesn't really affect anything because they're serving the Italian community that's there, or now the Asians that moved in over there.
Right.
They're not going to show up.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they got to keep a job.
I think the guy that called widened it a little bit to maybe naturally.
Yeah, that's why. Like, I agree with what he's saying, but that's not what we were talking about.
Oh, okay.
We were talking about out here that all firehouses are a lot of white racist people, but they work in the hood and they go there and put fires out. They do. What do you want from me? Am I wrong?
Anytime in the hood you call the fire department, whether it was a fire or not, they pulled up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know exactly. Was it 7 minutes after you called? 8 minutes? I don't know. They pulled up.
Because if firehouses are going to be late here, they're going to be late to every call then.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they go to the same neighborhood the entire time.
Exactly.
Speaking of cops and response calls, I found out today on the news that 8.5%, I want to say, % of policeman deaths are from domestic violence calls. They say that's the most dangerous call you can get as a police officer, is a domestic violence call.
Yeah, especially when the girl come out to my no, don't arrest him, and her eyes hanging out to here. It's like, get the fuck out the way. Like
Yeah, it's
that,
her fault.
like that dude, that family that got
That's
killed.
not what Maul was saying. Don't put that. That's not what he was saying.
The family that got killed in Brooklyn, the father and the son.
Mm.
See, when the wife was in the hallway, she was pulling him. It's like you pulling him and then you pulling him, trying to get him to come back in the house. He turns his back. This dude pulls a gun out. That's domestic. That's how it goes. It's like, yo, like, so I could definitely see cops going through that type of shit for sure. Like,
And also people who are domestically violent, if you'll hurt the person closest to you, you definitely shooting at a cop. You don't.
100%.
Yeah. So
Give a fuck about that cop.
But then that's where I'm conflicted in the defund the police category of, all right, domestic violence calls, we should send a specialist. Like, I don't think we should send an aggressive, scared cop to a man that's clearly angry and just hit a woman. But I was like, what is a specialist gonna, like,
Yeah.
these guys are crazy.
You want to come sit and talk?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, that's where I don't have a solution to that entire thing. Because I that probably makes sense that that's a dangerous call for cops. Yeah, somebody's losing their fucking mind, just hit a woman, and the cops show up. Yeah, he's probably gonna go nuts.
So yeah, here's Damaris is right, 8.5%. It said the 43 officers who were killed while responding to domestic violence disturbance or domestic violence calls account for roughly 8.5% of the total number of officers killed between 2011 and 2020.
that's like insane. Out of all the things police people they can die over, I didn't even consider that. I guess I never really thought about which would be the most dangerous call. But yeah,
Is that the most dangerous call?
that's what they said. That's what
Yeah,
they,
one of.
yeah.
But I could see that across the country. Yeah, that being, because unfortunately domestic violence is running rampant in all of America. I'm sure in New York City there may be a specific thing, or in Chicago
Yeah,
there's
it's
a
different. It
specific
varies.
call.
It varies in different.
But domestic violence, if you're going through the whole country, I could see that being the most dangerous call for sure.
Yeah, because inherently,
Especially in towns that have no crime. Unfortunately, guys are still beating their wives, and
there's nothing else to do.
yeah. So the only thing that could be dangerous going to
They're bored.
Yeah,
is
their
that
team
call.
lost, Rory.
Yeah.
Build them a fucking aquarium.
The Bills lost on a field goal.
Yeah.
Now I have to shovel.
And Beth is in there fucking burning the bread again.
Yeah.
You want me to do? Life's tough.
It's too cold outside to plow snow.
Yo,
But I still want to get out my physical aggression.
I watched the beginning of that Buffalo Bills doc on Netflix that's out right now.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that Jim Kelly decided not to go to the NFL for 2 years because he wanted to stay in Houston and didn't want to go to Buffalo.
When in his career did he do that?
Coming out of college, instead of being drafted to the Bills, he's like, fuck Buffalo, and played in some off-brand league. And in the interview, like the first 10 minutes, he's like, everyone's like trying to figure out why I don't want to go to the NFL or play for Buffalo. It's like, would you want to stay in Houston for 2 years or go to Buffalo? There's your answer. Next question.
And then became
Buffalo's not even that bad.
No, but to not play in the National Football League.
That's so much.
You just want to play like, yo,
bad.
That's
they were
sick.
at his field in Houston. It looked like some Pop Warner field where he
That's
was playing.
sick.
It was like, bro, like the weather here, like, and the bitches.
Yeah, like, I'm chilling. Like I'm chilling.
Nah, but that's his quality of life. I respect it.
No, he eventually went to Buffalo.
No, but not only did he eventually go to Buffalo, he's a Buffalo legend now.
Yes.
Like, that's the funny part about that shit.
I wasn't even like born yet, but that blew my mind that was a thing.
Yeah.
I did not know that one of the most historic quarterbacks in Buffalo Bills history was like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna play Pop Warner in Houston.
I'm sure Buffalo was awful back in the day. It's better. It's gotten better now, but I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
if you think it's better
They
now, imagine what it was in
they had
the 80s.
O.J. Simpson like 2 years before that. Like they weren't a terrible franchise.
He was 2 seasons with the Houston Gamblers, who are part of the USFL, the United States Football League. The Gamblers.
Took a gamble.
All right.
No, but you got to understand, he went to Miami University, like to go from the Hurricanes, which is a damn near NFL program, to
Yeah.
be like, nah, I'll just go. I'll go throw the Nerf ball around because I don't want to go to the NFL in Buffalo.
Well, in 83, that's when he got drafted. So you can imagine Buffalo in 83 was not a very enticing destination.
Wasn't O.J. Simpson just there?
We're not talking about I don't think. Are you guys talking about the franchise? I'm talking about the place.
Yeah, the city of
Buffalo hasn't
Buffalo.
changed. It's still the same place.
No, Buffalo's changed.
How? Benny?
You be in Buffalo?
Benny in Westside?
Do you be in Buffalo?
No.
Are you saying how? Okay.
What
It's
has
changed.
What has changed in Rough Buff since '83?
I don't think much
More
has changed.
parking garages.
Things have changed. First of all, the snow isn't as bad. I don't think
that's
the
a
snow
start.
is not as bad. No, because everybody knows that it's near the Great Lakes. It's like
He's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
it's Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is not fucking with Buffalo. And
He didn't
snow.
come from Fort Myers.
Not many places are fucking with Buffalo and snow. I'm just letting y'all know. Like, there's a big difference.
Yeah, Buffalo's different.
Okay, but can you
And
imagine?
they have more nightlife and stuff now. Like, it's built up more. They've built Buffalo up more.
But all right, to come from Pittsburgh to then go to Miami University means your dream is to play in the NFL one day. And when you're about to be like a number one pick, you say nah because of the snow.
That's great.
And the Houston Gamblers only existed for 2 years. It was the 2 years he played there.
He funded the league.
I'm dead serious.
The league folded when he left.
Yeah.
It was like, fuck, well, there goes our
after he signed to Buffalo.
There goes
and
our
I
franchise.
Which they didn't mention that in the doc.
He took a
but,
gamble.
But Julian, I think they said in the doc, he played in the USFL for the Houston Gamblers where he was a 2-time MVP. And we're like, we figured that.
Yeah. He stepped in and smoked it.
2-time MVP.
He
It was like when-
years in existence.
It was like when they kicked Ricky Williams out and he went to the Canadian Football League. And,
Yeah.
Yo, Ricky's killing shit up there. Like, yeah, we know.
we figured he would.
He was selected 14th overall in the draft by the Bills. So
Crazy. But that doc is wild. Also, I suggest, I think it was Lover, Stalker, Lover or something.
I was gonna watch that last night.
I watched it last night instead of watching the East score 205 points because I got sick of it.
Mhm.
Great fucking doc.
I
So
would've
many
thought
twists and
that.
turns. It makes you scared of like just dating. Period.
I thought about Julian when I was gonna watch.
wait,
that.
what doc? Sorry, I'm so,
One
more thing to close this because I'm just still now I'm looking at his.
Oh, no, watch the
career,
doc,
I'm
it's
looking
great.
at his career accolades, guys. At the bottom, first team, 5-time Pro Bowl, all the NFL shit. But then if you go to the bottom, his USFL accolades: 2-time All League team, 2-time most valuable player, Rookie of the Year, USFL all-time team.
Yeah, he was playing against me.
Yeah,
he was
the fucking man.
league.
He was the league.
the whole
Obviously, his shit folded as soon as he left.
Wait,
Because you have to see the confidence in that interview of him saying like, why would anyone want to go to the league when I could just be in Houston chilling?
that's hard. Good for him. Wait, sorry. So what were you saying? What's this dating?
It's like lovers, stalkers, whatever the name of the shit is.
You meet people online, right?
It's from More Fish in the Sea, Sea Fish, Get Some Fish. Like one of the
I know what you're talking about.
lover, stalker, killer.
no.
Yeah,
No?
that's it.
Oh, that is it.
Okay.
Maybe
Yes, that's it.
Plenty of fish.
It's just like
Plenty of Fish. This is the worst. Plenty
Rory
of Fish.
just watched it, doesn't know the name.
Yeah.
Like that's it. He's like, is it? That's like when his luggage kept going around on the belt, and he was like, "That's not my bag." I'm like, "Dog, like, pick up the faucet, Julian. Pick up the fucking bag and look
Still
at the name
embarrassed
on it."
over that.
But if you think about it, to like, do we own anything in the Matrix that we're in?
No, you own that bag that we watched go around on that
That's
carousel
just-
for
that
15
just
minutes.
matter. How could I put any ownership to matter?
Matter.
It's just matter.
All right,
We don't-
bet. Give me the bag.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'll take it.
The fuck are you talking about? Pick up the bag and let's fucking go, man.
I'd rather have that bag in Houston instead of Newark. You can keep it in Newark. I'd rather have no
Houston,
bag in Houston.
Yeah, Houston, don't need it.
This was the worst Plenty of Fish ad of all time. I don't want to do spoiler alert, but Jesus Christ.
Oh, so you didn't like it?
No, I loved it.
Oh.
But Plenty of Fish is the app that he was using. And it goes off the
Oh, I
fucking
heard
rails.
about that app.
It was like one of the first. I
That's
think.
like one of the
That's-
first. Yeah,
okay.
that's like that and eHarmony.
Ugh.
All I know is this dude was running through Nebraska. Like he was
Oh,
he
so
was the Drake of Nebraska. He was throwing dick
he was
left
the-
and right.
He was the Jim Kelly of Nebraska.
Yeah. Throwing dick in Nebraska is sick.
What else?
I forgot what city he was in originally, and then he got divorced and followed his kids. It was like, I'm not going to take care of my kids. So I was like, fuck it. I'll move to Omaha just so I could be close to him. But, naturally I went on a dating app because I was single and 30.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker started
Going
fucking
crazy.
everything.
Yeah.
Oh, was he killing them though?
No,
Oh,
quite the opposite. His dick was that good that they was killing over him.
Mhm.
No way.
He was the illest in Nebraska.
Damn,
He took it away from
I wanna go to
method.
Nebraska.
Yeah.
These bitches were killing each other over him.
Watch the doc.
I gotta watch this.
That's fire.
That's fire. Yeah, Damaris. How toxic is Damaris? That's fire. What you talking about?
I mean, if you're him, you got to be feeling good about yourself.
No, you don't. He probably feel like shit.
Throughout the
Nah.
entire every twist and turn that came, Key and I were looking at each other like, yo, how ill is this dude? They're doing this
Crazy.
over him?
Yeah, they was bored in Nebraska.
I mean, he was a handsome guy, worked as a mechanic. I feel like that would be
I feel like that's most guys.
that would be like, but that would be the Drake of Omaha.
The mechanic?
Like you have a full head of hair, you're handsome, you work as a mechanic. Like
Him.
he had a 1-bedroom apartment.
him. Himothy. In Nebraska, that's
Timmy
Himothy.
Turner.
His Eric Drake is a 96 Oldsmobile.
And even like his first apartment kind of had a modern look that I don't think anyone had seen. Like he was slaying pussy.
He was the first one in Nebraska with blackout curtains.
He was
Let
the
me
first
guess,
one.
like, the
His
fuck?
bed's on the floor.
Yeah, like,
He was the first one in Nebraska to go to H&M and then bring it back.
Okay, yeah, I got you. He was the first one in Nebraska with a NutriBullet.
Yeah.
I gotta check this out.
Plentyoffish.com.
I'm interested.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that tonight because I definitely saw it on Netflix and was like, this looks interesting. I'll watch it.
Do we have one more? Or
We can play one more if you
Cool.
guys want. Yeah. Let's give someone some actual career advice. How about that?
What's going on, New Royal Mall Pod? It is Mike. I am 24, currently living in Delaware, born and raised here, unfortunately. And my question, maybe a question, but more so just trying to see what you guys think about my current situation and where I should go from here. To give a bit of backstory, I live with my grandparents. They're in their late 60s, early 70s. They're traditional older black grandparents, so they would prefer to me to have a job to continue staying with them. So I do work full-time at a warehouse. And they don't really charge me for rent. They prefer me to stack my money up. They hate when I try to give them more money because they want me to save that money to get my own place. So they're pretty cool. Now, as far as where I'm at right now, I do content creation. I only have a YouTube channel right now where I review movies and shows. I know that sounds corny to review movies and shows, but I like it. I like going to the theaters. I like watching movies and shows. I like talking about them, giving my thoughts on them and stuff. And just like a month ago, I finally was able to join the YouTube Partner Program and able to start making money from it. But I also kind of want to start another YouTube channel where I do talk about true crime stuff because I'm also interested in that field as well. I also kind of wanted to start writing shorter stories and stuff. And the reason why I'm asking you guys is because y'all are people that have seemed to dip in, dabble in different, entities, not just the podcast and stuff. So I just wondered if it's better for me to just kind of stick with the whole movie and review channel, or should I branch out now just in case those other things might catch a little bit quicker?
well, first of all, congrats for getting into YouTube Partner Program, for getting the views enough to monetize. That's great. First things first, I wish you would have plugged the channel and said it during the voicemail. So I don't know if you can reach out, maybe we could plug it somewhere. But is that an AO? Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's fine to branch out now, but just make sure you have the movie review shit down to a science. So that just becomes muscle memory, and you can just do that quickly if you're going to start branching out to other stuff, because that's going to become tedious. Starting a YouTube channel from zero is very tough. So yeah, as long as you feel like you have that movie shit under control and it's at the best possible place as far as content goes, do that and then grow the page. Sometimes people get ahead of themselves and don't master what they're doing with one thing and then move on to a bunch of shit, and the main thing can suffer. I've been victim of that before too. So
Jack
just
of
make
all
sure
trades is a master of none.
True. I mean, that's really my only advice. Make sure that the movie review shit that's working right now is in its best place, and then branch out.
I feel like,
and don't confuse your consumers too. If you're doing movie reviews and then all of a sudden now you're reviewing Tupperware, it's all right, this isn't the same audience that I'm trying to bring over to my other page, and you could confuse your core fan base if you start doing that stuff too early. So,
well, I mean, he said true crime. My advice, I don't know, Julian might disagree with me. I wouldn't split your views. I would keep it on the same channel and turn it into playlists. Especially if, so what I would need to know is your face in these movie reviews? If your face is in these movie reviews, I would keep it all on one page. If your face is not in these movie reviews, I would split it. But if people care about people. So when they're going you want to be the person that these people come to for these reviews because they like who you are and they like the way that you do reviews. So you can cross-pollinate your audience for the true crime and for the movie reviews if you stick to one channel. So I would do that. I also, I advise all content creators, get on TikTok because it's so easy to get views and virality and followers on TikTok. It's so much more friendlier, algorithm friendly. Excuse me. So I would definitely get on TikTok. You can take some of your clips from your YouTube and throw them on TikTok. It doesn't have to be separate recording. So that would be my advice.
To Damaris's point, I'm not mad at, if you have a channel, and I agree with kind of both of what you're saying. To Rory's point, if you're monetizing on YouTube, don't sink the ship that got you to this point. Keep the monetization growing because that's going to ultimately probably fund your other endeavors. Regarding Damaris's point, I think for the time being, keep it on the same channel and just like what we do. If you look at what with My Karma's Beautiful or the skits, it's all lives on the same channel. It's just, thumbnails are very important and we organize it with playlists and you can kind of, if you want to find it, you know where to go. Utilize the shorts tab as well. Damaris mentioned TikTok and just kind of blast content everywhere that you can on all the properties. Don't isolate a social media platform. But it sounds like you're doing the right thing. Just keep doing it. And if you get to the point where, again, you're comfortable and you're making enough money with the main one, then maybe, slow grow the other ones, but focus on the one that's getting you the bread for now. At one point, it was the same approach you probably have with these other ones. I want to do this. You did it. You're capable of doing it. Just keep doing that. And then, the other ones will fall into place when it's time.
But do you guys think that's a risk early on? So, for example, My Karma's Beautiful, we launched that after it was well established within our algorithms with the podcast. So our podcast didn't suffer because maybe My Karma's Beautiful had less views. We can take those risks because we have an established channel.
Mm-hmm.
He just got into the YouTube partnership team, which means he's just starting to get the right amount of views to monetize.
Yeah.
If you launch something completely different outside of movie reviews, that could start to fuck with your actual algorithms because the channel's not as established. But I don't have the answer to that. I'm asking
if the output. I think to the point, if your output of the new movie reviews, the thing that's you're known for, if that's not taking a hit based on this new content, if it's just subsidizing it, if the movie review comes every Monday, maybe on a Thursday, here comes this new piece of content. I think if you do it like that, there's a way in which it makes sense. But I think, I don't think it's okay, well, fuck, now that I'm doing these other two things that I'm passionate about, I'm going to actually do one less movie thing this week. Do not do less of what you've been doing. Either keep that the same or increase the output of that. You're also just increasing the work because you're going to be doing other things as well. But just make sure the thing that got you there stays the same, if not grows more.
Yeah.
And in conclusion, I don't think true crime is far off of movie reviews.
That's what I said.
I think it's a good conversation we're having just in YouTube overall. But if you're doing movie review channels, true crime can stay on the same channel.
And I'm sure he has an affinity for thriller and horror film. I'm sure that there's a lot of crossover there.
Yeah.
Good luck. I wish you all the best. This content creating game, especially when you're just creating from scratch and ideas that are in your brain. It's not, as somebody who's trying to do it, it's not easy and it's tough to be consistent. Especially, and that's the key to being successful in this. So all the best to you. So please reach out to us so we can check your stuff out.
Tell us your channel too. Call back.
Yeah.
Tell us your channel.
Yep.
Big facts. Tell us your channel. That almost sounded sexual. Tell us your channel.
See how weird he turned that?
Niggas is gay, bro. I keep telling you,
what's
bro.
up with y'all?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
I was you
crazy.
guys are nuts because I was coming up on the elevator and when I saw Rory and his phone, he was looking at the Drake videos. It was nuts.
Which Drake video?
Yo, so we're gonna rap and
you can look at my history. What Drake video was I watching?
Don't even worry about
the Drake video.
Just get out
I heard the hum of the jet.
Yeah, I get it. I understand what you're saying.
Right.
Well, anyway. Tickets on sale March 23rd. We are in DC at the Howard Theater.
Yes.
Tickets on sale now. Merch available now, newrorymall.com. Subscribe to the Patreon. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the like button. Comment on the videos. Let us know how you're enjoying it, how much you hate it, how much you hate us, how much you love us, how much you're tired of us. Let us know something. We're here. And yeah, We'll talk to y'all soon. Enjoy the rest of the week. We'll be back in a few days to kick it. I'm that nigga. He's just Ginger. We're back home in New York City. Peace.
No worry and mouth.